Welcome back to Heart of Darkness. We took last week off. Don't ask us about it. It's none of your in business. This week we are returning, and we're going to basically pick up right where we left off to give you a bit of substance as to where that's at. The group in the lower levels that consisted of Captain Leon, Dr. Evelyn, and Jimmy Joe, security officer extraordinaire. They've been having some crazy shit happen to them down below, but once they started working on changing the pathing of the energy, once it starts flowing the way they want it to their ship, they were attacked by a big squid monster. And then soon after, the shock of just being this close to the black hole caused Dr. Evelyn to panic and run. They fought and killed the thing. By they, I mean Captain Leon and Jimmy Joe. And then they returned to doing the work. Up above, there was a close encounter with the Perfected for the scientists. They were smart and entered into the cryo containment for the life support oxygen tubes and the scrubbing system. They didn't get found out. They then made their way out into the main area, and due to the black holes, Dr. Babbitt fell off of the ladder and descended. Dr. Evelyn will be running into him shortly on that ascent, and then Dr. Keist is still on deck C and can descend following after Babbitt, or not if she wishes. We're going to begin with that question. Kimmy, does Dr. Keist want to start making her way down the ladder, or are you going to kind of hold and try and find a safe place here? There's also, I want to mention, the cryo tube. You would have passed by it on your way to what happened there. Emergency cryosleep pods. I think we just talked about them very briefly, so I just want to mention that they're there again, just in case you might have forgotten over the last 2 weeks that they do exist.
If Dr. Babbitt just tumbled down, I would go after him.
Yeah, he's definitely
to make sure he's okay.
He's out of sight, so he fell at least 20 or 30 feet. So yeah. Okay, you start descending down.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a mobility roll, and then because remember you're still in the Evo suit. The word I'm looking for is Evo suit.
Do I add or subtract anything?
No penalties or additions, just good old fashioned stress. Cool, and then go ahead and roll me a d6. And stress.
I have 7 stress.
Looking for panic in my notes. Got it. I was just 7 plus 4 is 11. Okay. As you're making your way down, not really knowing where everything is and kind of hearing probably the grunts and groans of a Dr. Babbitt some distance below you, you look to the first kind of causeway or passageway that you kind of pass by, which would be in the VIP bay, if you remember going through there. And you notice that it seems like there are other voices coming from below you, like a very hard metal clinking, like something is quickly moving up a ladder, and your presumption is it's something coming to get Dr. Babbitt. So due to your roll and your stress and panic, you are forced to seek cover. Now, what that means for you is entirely up to what you want to do. You can either ascend back to C, descend, and try and find a space near Babbitt that's a cover point. Or you could get into the VIP bay, which you've been before, and maneuver around there.
I'm sorry, John. One more time.
Sure.
I apologize.
I won't do the whole spiel. I'll just give them blank, blank, blank. You can either go back up the way you came to go for cover and hide. You can go onto the
Mm-hmm.
VIP bay, which I'll shift ping you to. Um,
Okay, here I am.
or you can descend further down to Babbitt and try and hide near him. You can hear him, and you can hear something very quickly coming up after him, you presume. But you do not know what that is. So, yeah, your options are to either hide near Babbitt, hide where you're currently at, or go back up the way you came and hide there. But you have to choose one of those three.
Okay, I'm gonna hide here. Uh, can I duck into the visitor docking port area?
Yeah, go ahead and move yourself there. And then, let me just make sure there's nothing in there that's ready to murder you. When you see cover in this way, if the spot is safe, you are allowed to make a retreat roll. Not necessary. You don't have an enemy engaging you. Your stress level of all friendly of all the stress level of all friendlies in short range, which is 0, will go up by 1. And then after our kind of first initiating round, you'll be able to act normally. Okay, and you don't gain any stress for that. You are good.
Okay.
Just everybody else would see you kind of dip out and be kind of panicked. Dr. Babbage, you are going to be coming to after Lark makes her determination for her character. So, Dr. Evelyn, we mentioned you were ascending.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely do hear kind of like a low moaning, kind of like a grunting, like it sounds like an almost kind of dying like sound coming from above you as you ascend.
Oh.
And you can see the shape that we mentioned last time. It looks like a person in an Eva suit is kind of attached to the wall or hanging from like a beam or something on the wall.
I'd like to think that as a doctor I can recognize what sounds like a distressed human.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a human. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're gonna go and do our doctorly duties in inspecting what is making them moan and groan.
Okay. So,
Probably a little panicked because I am at stress 10.
absolutely. I put you at deck E for purpose. Um, he is not technically at deck E. He's kind of slightly above deck E. Um, and you kind of make your way up, but the closest place to where you're getting him would be deck E. When you see him, he's coming to, and in your current predicament, Dr. Babbitt, have you ever seen A Christmas Story? Or have you ever like imagined like bullies like hanging a kid from like a hanger or something? Have you
And
ever been that bully? Of
And
course not.
wedgied and hung on a
Well,
post outside your school yet?
basically, what has happened to you is your suit has snagged on a kind of metal barb that has taken and held your suit. In the process of your condition, I need you to make an oxygen roll. But before you make the oxygen roll, reduce your oxygen by 1.
Okay.
Okay, so no additional oxygen is lost, but as a scientist, what you would know is that you have a leak. So every time oxygen comes up, it will come up that I'm going to make you lose an oxygen. Technically, your suit's sterilization is breached as well, although it will be harder for any kind of airborne elements to kind of get at you because you're still wearing a suit and breathing out of a tank.
Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't look like he's going to be much help in getting him off of the pole. Is the main point. So, Dr. Lockhart, what would you like to do to try and get him free?
Good question. I mean, there's always ripping the suit, which I can give him a rebreather if he's really worried about that. I've got plenty on me. That's probably the easiest one. The other thing would be to try to like manipulate whatever he's hooked on, but I don't know how feasible that is because a lot of it is just structural, right?
Yeah. Looking at it, what you would notice is it definitely looks like it's precarious, to say the least. And it looks like if much more weight would be applied to it, it will probably break from its mounting.
Okay. Well, maybe do we have anything I could get him to grab a hold of, or that we could tie onto the ladder so that if it breaks, he doesn't just fall to his death?
Yeah, if you have rope on you, or other kind of things that you could kind of say utilizes a similar purpose, you could.
Rob,
Well, you could.
Is there a way she can activate my magnetic boots?
that's a good question.
You can activate your magnetic boots, and yeah, you would basically connect to the wall instead. Okay.
I forgot those things.
Now, obviously, there is gravity, so you won't be able to walk like David Bowie or some shit.
Yeah, just like for if I falls, I at least have a second to catch myself.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, if you're utilizing the magnetic boots, you can actually work out a pattern to kind of maneuver. Kind of, he kicks his boot out, you grab it, and then you kind of magnetize so it connects to the ladder, and then do that with the second boot, and basically she helps you kind of gain your footing, climbs up after you, and then you kind of jump off, like pull yourself towards your feet, and she'd be able to catch you and pull you on. No rolls necessary. It's not that stressful a situation. It's not a huge, spanning space. But yeah, you are now grounded on the ladder with Dr. Lockhart.
Did I take any damage from
that? Right. Sorry, yeah. You would have taken 2 damage from the fall.
Okay. And if I'm remembering how to do health right, I have my base health here, and I just subtract from that, right?
Yeah. Did that kill you?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just making sure I have the right... I'm pretty hurt, but I'm not dead.
Yeah. I would say that there was definitely some heavy bruising, if not like fractures, that kind of were created there. I mean, in hindsight, if you'd hit it wrong, you could have severed your own head inside your helmet. It was that kind of grievous a fall. Okay.
Anything superficial, I can stitch you up. I've got surgical kits.
Yeah, I've got a personal med kit as well.
And then for kind of to you two, once you've secured kind of yourselves on the ladder, Dr. Lockhart, you were headed up, just kind of going for it, as far as you could get away from the thing. But again, in helping Dr. Babbitt, you've kind of gained a measure of sanity. Still paranoid, but a measure of sanity. Do you wish to continue ascending, or do you want to make your way to deck F?
Where was Dr. Babbitt headed? Were they on their way to a certain place, or did they just fall?
They were going down. That's gravity, mostly, yeah?
Yeah, but Dr. Babbitt, where were you headed?
To be honest, the fall kind of jarred me a little bit. I don't really remember.
Lark, I'm getting some weird background from you. It sounds like
Yeah, my cat's trying to play with my microphone. I'm trying to get him to stop.
Alright. I'll allow it because it's adorable.
He says, tasty.
I think we were trying to get away from our floor, because remember we were hiding and then we saw that creature and we were like, we need to get the hell off this floor because there was that
That
I don't remember what the creature. Yeah, that creature that we saw, and I think it went into the hydroponics garden, so we were kind of out of options of where to go on that floor. So I think.
Where's Dr. Keys?
She was behind me.
Well, great segue. So you enter into the docking port, shutting the door behind you very quickly, opening the door, even though for some reason it appeared to have been locked when you walked up to it, and it unlocked. Not something you thought about in the initiating kind of purpose, but once you got inside, you kind of realized that was the case, right? So inside the docking port and bay, it's mostly empty, but there's a single Eva pod that sits on the deck. There appear to be some parts in this that were things that had been mentioned by, I believe, Dr. Babbitt, that, like, you were taking. So those are missing, if memory serves. But inside this kind of back area, this is actually the airlock.
Mm.
So you're one door opening away from spacing yourself.
All right.
All right. You're in an Eva suit, though, so I mean, you would be fine technically.
I'm not going out there though.
We'll see what you say in a bit. Uh, so, those of you that are in the lower section, let's go back to you. So, Dr. Evelyn is no longer there. I'll just go ahead and delete her token. But you folks are. You're there. And a man has come up. And he is naked with the exception of a science coat. And like a science, like a doctor's, like a white jacket. The word I wanted was white jacket. Comes up. And I don't remember what he said last time. Do you folks?
Not quite.
Not at all. Okay. So then he kind of looks at you, and we'll just kind of start from scratch, I think. Bear with me here. Act 2. And everybody checked your personal agendas, right? You're all locked in on those?
Yep.
Gravy. He comes up, and he looks at you. Jimmy Joe Hoffman, you got a shotgun trained on him? And
Yeah.
he goes, okay, yeah. And he reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out a handful of shotgun shells. And you realize, as you look at them, they are standard issue for the shotgun you're holding. And they appear to be your shotgun shells. When you check your bag, as you notice this, whatever ammo reserve you had, which we never came to actually discuss, you appear to be missing one reload of your shotgun.
Oh, and here it is, huh?
Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
And
he'll
he'll just kind of hold them out to you. He's got them in both hands, and he'll kind of like pour them into your hands. If you're going to need two, though.
So at that moment, I'll kind of pull my gun over towards him as well.
Okay. So you kind of shoulder the
I
shotgun.
picture it's on like a sling, right? Like a 1-point sling.
Yeah. So you shoulder
So I
this.
just let go of it.
Yeah, you shoulder it, and then you kind of take the shotgun shells, pour them back into your bag, and yeah, you seem to be made whole. He says, you drop those, and then he kind of gives you a smile.
See that?
Yeah.
So you're the one fucking with the power?
What? Can't fuck power? Oh, what are you talking about?
You know what I meant. We switched it to bring power back to the, remind me, main batteries up here?
He's
Or
kind of
something?
staring at you, just like really confused and almost kind of like there's like an almost panicked look on his face. And you would see that like he appears to be very grimy. Like there's just splotches of like space grime on him, like all over. Despite that, pale as the sun being evaporated into 26 Draconis right now. And it definitely looks like he hasn't brushed his teeth. Like he's got like a grime on them, and there's like bits in there. And it also looks like he He's just very disgusting. Best way to describe it. And he says, "No, yeah, I can't fuck power, man. What are you talking about?"
I know that, but you switched the power from down there
No,
after we tried to fix it.
I didn't. No, can't. Don't even know what you're talking about.
How long ago do you remember?
Who?
I guess I'll kind of look to Leon and back. Where have you been this whole time?
Oh, right here.
Here in this space that we're in now?
In space. Now. Yeah. Sure. We probably shouldn't hang out here very long. Where are you guys going?
Up right now.
Okay.
Who are you?
Huh?
That's a great question.
He kind of fiddles
Who
with
are
his name tag. I don't know.
Okay, so you don't remember anything, or
Who? That's a weird name. Kind of looks down at his name tag. Huh.
do you remember anything?
Who's anything?
Hmm.
Who are you?
Well, we are here on a different set of circumstances. We're just trying to get out at this point. I just kind of like look back at Jimmy Joe as well.
Got a mean shot though.
Excuse
Scared
me?
off that Cuddles.
What you call it?
Cuddles?
That certainly is a name for it. Yeah,
It's what it does.
Yeah, Jimmy, I don't know if this is gonna go anywhere here with this guy.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't think either.
if you're going up, I'll go with you.
Should you? Hey, yeah, we have a sidebar, and you Mr. Stand back over there.
Yeah, sure. He goes over to a corner and just starts pissing. Hard to do in a round room, but he finds a corner and he pees in it.
What do you
corner?
And
what are you making this guy? Huh?
Man, I don't know. Yeah, obviously, there's something wrong with him.
well, hold on.
Should probably have Lockhart look at him. Huh?
What do you think of this guy? And you kind of both kind of look at him, and he's kind of looking over. He's like, "Stop trying to look," even though he has no pants on.
It's like you looking at my thing, huh?
Yeah, he's like totally trying to like hide it, like hide that he's peeing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if we just leave him here. Clearly there's something wrong with him, but more so.
I mean, from the sounds of it, he's gonna follow us. So
yeah, probably. So we just need to be paying close attention to him, I think, for now.
yeah, I think we should keep him between us.
I like that. Yeah. So I think at this point, we really need to worry about is finding the others, figuring out this power situation because something turned it off.
Exactly. And I'm not quite. I'm pretty sure it was him.
It very well could.
I'm worried. I'm worried he's fucking with us.
Yeah.
But we can get one of the doctors to evaluate him or look at him or something.
Yeah. If he stays here, we could potentially, or if he stays with us, we could potentially reroute the power again, and then if it goes off again, we know it's not him.
Right. I agree.
We want to do that then.
Let's do that. Let's find Dr. Lockhart, and they might be able to, kind of get something out of him.
Yeah. Okay.
If you go up, I need to double check with the other crew. You said you were going down, right?
Us?
I would assume.
Wherever Babbitt was
Okay.
going, that's where Lockhart was.
Okay.
We'll
So I would say about midway. In all honesty, you folks would find each other on deck F. So you kind of meet. You can hear each other coming down. You recognize what's happening, and you just kind of deposit yourselves out onto deck F. Now, if you recall correctly, you can't get from deck F's spire location to any other part of deck F due to the causeway. You have to utilize the causeway to. I'm moving us to that map, by the way. Bear with me here. There we go. If you try to utilize the causeway without a spacesuit, you will die, as it is technically not a spot where oxygen is flowing to. The prison has its own oxygen that's kind of piped in its own kind of manner. The reason for that is if they need to, make it so there is an oxygen there, then they have the ability to do so. For whatever reason, they might need to do that. So, Dr. Babbitt, Dr. Lockhart, Jimmy Joe, and Captain Leon, you all arrive together.
Heather.
And they have the new guy in tow.
New guy is coming up. Yeah, he comes up.
Hello?
So, Dr. Babbitt, he's wearing a lab coat with a name tag. His hair is a mess. Dirty. No pants, no shirt. Just kind of, very just defraggled look. Do you check anything about him that I mentioned there?
That guy's for sure a prisoner.
He doesn't look like a prisoner. I will say that, but like...
What is the name tag read?
Yeah, it says Dr. Webb.
Dr. Webb. What did we know about Dr. Webb coming here?
So Dr. Webb, you would know it was your point of contact, if memory serves correctly from your notifications. The point of
Medical
contact...
doctor on the ship, or...
No,
or
Dr. Webb is the station's medical officer. Correct. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. And does this guy look anything like the dossier?
It basically looks like warped through, being run through the ringer, but he definitely tries striking a resemblance.
Dr. Webb.
Huh? Oh.
I'm Dr. Evelyn Lockhart. You're Dr. Webb. What?
Yeah. He kind of wipes his hand off on the white coat and then kind of like outstretches it. Pleased to meet you. As he kind of strides forward, there's definitely like quite a bit of floppage, but like he stridently and certainly kind of walks.
I'm a medical doctor. It's not, and he's clearly going through something that's under my specialty. So we're just gonna ignore the fact that he's completely naked.
Sure.
Dr. Webb, we were supposed to rendezvous with you. Something's got in the way. It looks like you've been having some adventures of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of smiles.
We should talk about that. We should talk about that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But first, and I'm gonna look to my captain and the security. What's our plan right now?
Yeah, so we're not sure. We went and rerouted the power as you saw before, and as we were leaving, went back off. He came up through the ladder, and just found us, and he was very messed up.
I think I'm fucking an engine.
Oh, well, nobody can really fuck an engine, right? That would be very dangerous.
That's not what I said.
Damn near impossible.
Shh. It's okay. But Dr. Webb, is there any reason why power might be rerouted in the station right now?
I can see why they would want to know if I was fucking the engine. That'd probably do it.
It's a nice engine.
He kind of like has a moment and kind of like grasps his forehead. I wouldn't know anything about that, ma'am. I'm not very keen on engineering. There's like a marked change in his tone.
Is there someone we should ask?
I don't know. Anything? And he kind of looks over at Leon and Jimmy Joe. That's who they were looking for.
I'm talking about in engineering. Is there somebody possibly a name you could give us for someone to look for to ask about why power might be rerouted?
He has like another head kind of tinge. Probably due to the screaming.
Yeah, I'm picturing that's him in the background.
Yeah. What she's talking.
That's the macaw I'm going to deck if he keeps doing this. Anyway,
don't visit violence upon your bird.
And
No bird bashing.
You'd understand if you.
No, I know.
If you had one.
So he kind of like has another headache for a second, and at this point, I'm gonna ask: are you using any mechanical features that your character has?
Yeah, I will use the. Sorry, that people find themselves relaxing when I'm around. I'll lower his stress by 1.
Okay. He kind of takes a deep breath. I do apologize, but I don't remember their name. I hardly ever dealt with the engineer types. I was much too busy working. Unfortunately... yes. Unfortunately, I apologize, but I think that I was trying to finish something. Something that was very important and integral for me to finish on Deck C.
On deck C was where was it? The hydroponics. Which deck was that?
That's deck C.
That's deck C. Okay.
Which again, Babbitt, you would hear him say that.
Yes, the life support system seems to be running off deck C.
Yes, I don't know what I was trying to do there, but I feel like it's really important now.
Is it important for your research or important for something else?
Oh no, the research had gone out the window, figuratively and literally.
Okay. Well, we can go up to deck C in a bit, but I think right now we need to reroute that power again. And what? I'm sorry, Dr. Babbitt. What were you coming back down for? I thought you were up there with Dr. Keese.
Where are my pants?
We don't know.
That's
You kind
a
of
good
showed up like
question.
that. I mean,
It's-
I'm pretty sure we went through the residential area to get to deck C, so you could probably stop by and find some.
He
on
takes the
way
time
up.
to close up his
lab coat.
robe, yeah, and kind of button it the best he can, and try like there's a noticeable kind of marked difference where he was stridently kind of swinging that thing. Now it's more of a like
I'm gonna act like, one of those moms that has way too many toddlers and like go through my little med kit and take out one of the like sanitary wipes and just kind of unfold it and start wiping down his hands and stuff.
he seems
Just
to
the
be
basic care stuff.
he seems to be like embarrassed, but at the same time appreciative.
Anyway, so yeah, we still need to reroute that power so that when we hit those switches, we can get out of here. We need to get out of here.
I really need to get to Deck C. I don't think the power is going to matter.
Why wouldn't the power matter?
Well, they were taking them. All of them. Down that way.
To Deck C?
No, down.
Down.
I was looking around. I think. I can't really remember much the last couple of days.
Yeah, apparently this place does that to people. So if we were going to go to Deck C, what would we be looking for up there? What are we doing?
I can't say for sure. I just know I need to get there. Something about it. I felt like I was doing something to help.
Well, you probably shouldn't go on your own.
I'm familiar with that area. I can go with him if you guys want to go focus on the power. And I'll hand off the pieces to fix the ship to the captain.
That works with me.
That way we can get the most done possible, and if he accomplishes what he needs to accomplish up there, then me and him can meet you guys at the ship once the power's on and you fixed it, and we can get out.
I feel like I should stay with Dr. Webb. He was my contact here, after all.
I mean, we'll find Dr. Keist on the way up as well. Most likely. I didn't see her come down, so. But I'm pretty sure, not to be mean or anything, but he's probably going to be working on something you won't have any idea about.
With all due respect, he is the chief medical doctor on this ship, and he was my contact to make contact with here.
Sorry. Hey, wait, would Raditz know he's a medical doctor? I thought he was a scientist doctor, not a medical doctor.
Oh, he's a medical doctor, yeah.
Oh, sorry, then can I retract that? Because I thought he was a scientist doctor, not a medical doctor.
He's the chief medical doctor on site, yeah.
Never mind then. Raditz would not have said that.
Raditz is like, nah, he's a loser now.
What? Like, yeah, okay.
He should have known.
Yeah, I know you were trying to have science club
He
up
should
in
have
the science
known.
room.
Yeah, Raditz would have known. Brent Player is not Smarticle Particles. So he did not know.
You know what? Everybody lose one stress. Smarticle Particles.
Yay! I'm now at 9.
Oh, that's
What
too
if I wasn't
good.
paying attention?
Did you hear what Brent said?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. For sure. I mean, you heard it. You heard it here first. Well, probably not the first time it's ever been said, but it's the first time I've ever heard it. So, cut that scene, though, as you kind of are discussing who you're going to break off with. I'm going to mess with Kimmy for a second. Kimmy, as you're sitting there inside of the airlock, you're probably keeping an eye out the porthole as best you can, but also staying hidden because you don't know what it was, and you're just trying to like be able to see out into the VIP bay and into the ladder shaft, and you want to be sure that if something's coming for you, you're ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You would notice that you're not alone in this room.
Oh no.
There sounds like there's something moving behind you, and when you go to check it, you don't see anything. But then you feel something suddenly hit against your lower leg. And when you stare down, there's a cat pressing its face against your leg.
Oh, thank God. I forgot about the cat.
You motherfucker.
Totally gonna grab that cat and hold it, but like panic first.
Okay.
It's telling you can see the porcelain at the bottom of the bowl.
So you're basically losing the panic portion of the stress. So you definitely sit there for a time, as long as they went on talking and climbing. As you kind of just sit inside of there, it's like this. It's just quiet, and the background noise is present, but there doesn't appear to be anything crazy happening.
Okay.
Do you wish to stay there, or do you want to come back in?
No, I wanna try to go down. I'm gonna
Okay.
like come out, look down the chute, see if there's any movement, and then
Okay.
if I don't hear anything, continue down.
You find a nice little spot for the cat to sit, kind of like on the back of the pack, and you start descending down. Go ahead and give me another mobility roll.
Okay.
Oh, and sorry, Doctor. Oh, he's just about to sit down. I'll tell him when he gets down. Just go ahead and roll me an oxygen roll for your descent down, and automatically lose one from the top for you, Brent. Kimmy, you're not losing one automatically.
I forgot what my oxygen roll is.
Sure. So the mobility roll will relay that you're going to be kind of panicking. So your oxygen roll, whatever your oxygen value is, roll that many d6s.
How many did we start with? 6?
Yeah, and I think you've lost 2, so you should be at
Yeah, well,
4.
yeah, I've marked it down. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to lose another one, so you'll be down 3. You're on the same level as Dr. Babbitt now. And Dr. Babbitt will be through his in the next 2 stints of utilizing the oxygen, though, because he's burning it from the hole in his suit. But yeah, you start to descend down. As you folks are kind of like getting mustered and trying to decide which way you want to go, up, down, whatever, you start hearing what sounds like someone coming down the ladder system, and it's very easy for you to kind of like get trained on what's happening up there. But eventually, you'd realize it's a person in an Eva suit, and Dr. Babbitt's. You presumably went after her, so you recognize the sight of her descending or ascending down a ladder.
It's nice.
Dr. Babbitts, I'm so glad to see you. You fell down. I wasn't sure what happened.
Yeah, it was something.
You're
That's for
okay?
sure. I am a little sore, but I'll make it.
So, hello. This new.
Kais, this is Dr. Webb.
Hello?
Hi.
What is he wearing? Is
Uh,
he naked? You said he was wearing a robe.
He is, but he's naked underneath the scientist
A
jacket,
lab
but
coat.
he's got the lab coat tucked in tight, and he's kind of holding it now. He's realizing his condition and doing the human response of being embarrassed and kind of self-conscious.
Okay.
Conscious.
Hello?
Hi. And he kind of, tightly, still holding his coat closed, offers a hand to shake.
I'm not gonna shake his hand.
Well, it's not dirty. He got
Yeah, I give him a white bead.
got the wet wipes.
No, he ain't got no pants on. I'm not shaking his hand.
Dr. Webb was just on his way to Deck C to finish something important. I believe you just came from Deck C?
Yeah, and I don't. What? He's going back to Deck C?
Yeah, we were gonna go back to Deck C so we can finish what he needs to finish.
Why would you go back to Deck C? You know what's up there. That thing is up there.
I mean, we've all seen crazy things, thanks to being so close to this black hole.
I don't think we should go back to Deck C. That creature! You don't remember that creature?
Oh, the creature, he says.
Dr. Webb, is there something up there that we should know about?
That's what I was trying to do. We were trying to stop it.
Stop it from...
I don't remember everything. But I do remember that when Clerk and I were working together, trying to make a formula. Something... Something to stop them.
The
We
formula for what?
Like an antigen of some sort?
It was a virus, actually. We were trying to create it
Oh.
to stop what was happening to the station. Have you seen
And
it?
it's up on Dex. Seen the virus?
No,
What would it?
the thing that's taking over the station. It fuses with the metal, and it creates these warped biomechanical things. You haven't seen them?
We saw something, but it was
They're everywhere.
like a
Oh,
person, but not a person.
the lights? I'm gonna pull out the jar of lights I still have.
Well, holy shit! He kind of backs away. Oh, oh, you took that from the lab, huh? He kind of shakes his head. It was clear as day. Well, it's coming back. No, the parts of the ship that get affected by that, the tendrils and the, it's like flesh and metal, but one. You haven't seen that anywhere in the station. That's wild. It was everywhere.
No. I don't recall.
Deck B,
I mean,
Deck F, Deck D. It was all over the place. I mean, even Deck C had a little bit, but we managed to purge it out.
I was just on deck D. I didn't see anything.
Huh. What about Deck E?
didn't we run into like one of those weird starfish things at some point
That's
last
below,
session?
yeah.
That was below.
Yep, that was you and the
The
boys.
cuddler.
The Cuddles.
Yes, the cuddles.
Cuddles.
But then there was also the white thing.
Yeah. He was like, okay, look, I need to get to the med lab on Deck C. I know that I need to do that. It's very important.
I don't think it's safe.
I'm not asking for any help, but I know that what I have going on up there, I'm pretty sure I know how to finish it. I think.
Do you think you can do it on your own?
Maybe.
Because we need to get that power rerouted so that when we start up the generators, our ship gets what it needs to repair.
Yeah.
So that we can get everybody out.
Huh. I mean,
I don't think we're staying here any longer than necessary. I think now is the time to focus on leaving.
I mean, if you want to do that, fine. But whatever's here, it's just going to get out eventually.
That's why I'm asking what you needed to do. Is that something you could do on your own, or do you
I'd be
need
able
help?
to tell you once I was there. I don't know. I
I'll
can't.
go with him, and then if we need help, if he needs more than an extra set of hands, I can go through the speaker to the place you guys are at, to the power station, and let you know that I need you.
Do you want to go through the speaker situation again while you're trying to turn the power back
We'd
on?
love that. So last time you tried to talk to us through the speaker, we almost died because something heard you, and it was like really difficult to try to get you to stop speaking.
I'll keep it short then. I'll say
Yeah.
need help upstairs.
Dr. Babbitts, do you really want to go back up there where that creature is? Like, I don't understand why you're okay. Like, it was a humanoid thing that we were hiding from, and we know it's up there. Why do you want to go back upstairs?
We've got to complete whatever he's working on if it can help the way he says it can. And assuming that it works the way normal, or assuming it works the way that he's expecting, then it may be our best way to get off of this place safely.
I think everyone here is a lost cause. There's too much going on. You have the main people locked up in a room, not caring about the prisoners who are loose.
We're still with them.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say that a lot of them might have died when we were down at the bottom.
Well,
Child time.
we still do need to
Oh.
make sure that we get out alive and whomever we can.
Oh my goodness.
I know. That's why I was like, I heard it and I was like, I need to see it. Look at that baby.
So baby.
He's so tiny.
Sorry, Shimby, you've been
So
replaced.
cute.
A little
he's-
tuxedo.
He's sleeping so peacefully.
It's babyest.
Yeah, I was
cat.
getting nervous because she's been sleeping the whole time and she hadn't eat or drink anything, and then she finally got up to eat or drink because I had to set her next to food and water.
Cats
And
are
she doesn't like
nocturnal.
my carpet. She
Yeah.
doesn't like my carpet at all. But she finally took a bite and took a drink. I was like, oh, finally.
Cats are nocturnal.
And now she's like,
Whee!
give me things.
I set a bunch of toys out that I got, and she kind of hit one of them earlier, and then she went back to her bed, and then she shut up finally when I put her back on her bed.
You were out though for the most of the day?
Yeah, I got her right whenever I was leaving work.
Oh, okay.
She's so tiny.
Traveling around probably tuckered her out.
That's what I figured. She's probably not used to riding.
Yeah, that was what Shiro did when we brought him in for the first time back in COVID era. I fed him beef jerky on the ride. Anyway, sorry. Okay. So he says, look, I don't know what I need. I just know I need to get back to the med lab to figure it out. Okay? I don't have a lot of information. I'm a very note-oriented professional. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you don't want to do that, and going downstairs is more important to you, I'll stay with you. That's fine. But if you're so concerned that you can help, Dr. Lockhart and Dr. Babbitt, you two can come with me, and then the rest of you could go downstairs and deal with the power.
Can I take my Evo suit off?
Yeah.
I would like to take it off and offer it to him so I don't have to climb up after a naked guy.
He kind of gestures over to the Evo suits on the wall, and he says, I was thinking about grabbing one, but in all honesty, it's a bit heavier than I think I need.
I just didn't want to climb up after you were naked.
Oh,
I mean,
sure,
it's
I'll
just
go
a
last.
human body,
That's
and
fair.
I think the situation is a little bit more dire than propriety requires. We could just get on.
I'm more
with it.
just worried that he, not to be mean at all, Dr. Webb, but you were insane up to a couple minutes ago, and we don't know if and when you'll go insane again. And I
We
would-
try not to use the word insane because there's degrees of it. He is traumatized. He's suffering from PTSD.
He's kind of doing like one of these. Like between you two as you're fighting over him. He's like, I can go after you, it's fine. If you don't want to look at my taint, I guess.
I think we should, whatever we do it now. Perhaps, send some
and,
people back down in.
I'll start up the ladder.
Alright.
After you, Dr. Webb.
So, yeah, if you're going up, is it you three then? Or is everybody going up?
I think that we should have split the group again because we need to have that power come back on for the show.
Yeah, we're gonna head. Me and Jimmy Joe at least are gonna head down or head back to the fixing the power.
And I
Okay.
did give the captain the stuff that he needed to fix the ship.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so Captain Leon, you have pretty much all the parts that are required to fix the ship at this point, due to your dispatchment or acquisition of that and what you found below. So,
Would,
go ahead.
and So there's people that we could meet up with to give those parts to, correct?
If you want to go onto deck F and make the causeway jump, you can definitely go back to the Satarhina and give the parts over to the other crew members. Dr.
I'll leave
Gervais,
that up to them.
Dr. Dravakowski, and Dr. Lark are still on ship side. So,
do we
go ahead.
do we have any more of those suits? Would we
There,
be able to
there are a
jump through those?
total of 3 Evo suits right there
Okay.
because you left them.
Okay, they're still there. Gotcha.
Yeah, they were not taken by
Cool.
any convicts. So if you three are going up, and then us three are remaining here, are you going to hop into the Evo suits and make your way across the causeway, go over to the Satarhina, hand over the parts?
I think that's what's best. They can get started on that while we set up the power.
Okay, and then do you update Dr. Lark and Dr. Dravakowski as to what's happened so far?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. They'll say, we'll go ahead and get started on doing our best to put these parts to good use. Dr. Dravakowski says, I have some minor knowledge in machinery, but I've got the handouts, or the instructionals. I should be fine. I'll let you know once I'm done, as soon as I can. Just on an intercom system, I think would be the best way we've patched in. And then Dr. Lark would ask, are you all feeling okay? You look a bit... is there anything about what happened that you want to talk about? And again, you updated her on what you saw, so you would all be aware of Dr. Keist's side of it if you relayed the information. It sounds like you were ready to go for it anyways, Kimmy. And then same, you would hear that there's apparently tentacle monsters also, and weird ladies. It's like one of my Japanese animes. But is there anything that you would... But she's asking you as kind of like almost as like a robotic psychologist, if there's anything that you folks would want to do or want to talk about and like kind of get off your chest.
I mean, how's your relationship with your mother? You know, that kind of stuff. That's a good time.
Not particularly.
Okay. What about
You
you?
may never have a chance for free therapy again.
What about you, Jimmy Joe? That picture, by the way, is Dr. Webb. Sorry.
Sorry, what? We were going the other way, weren't we?
You went to go. You're not even paying attention. Are you still playing Dune? Get the fuck off that.
I'm not on Dune.
I love you. So they went to go deliver the parts that they've stockpiled. They have all the parts that are needed, and give them to the doctors on ship. So Dr. Lark, the psychologist robot, or psychiatrist robot, I guess both, is asking you if there's anything you'd want to get off of your chest. Is there anything that you seem stressed out? Is there anything you'd want to talk about? Dr. Leon is pridefully saying no.
You might be able to get rid of some stress by doing this.
I mean, based on what we've seen, especially the white thing down at the bottom, I'm believe something's happening here. You know, remember when I brought the Space Beast book?
Yeah.
Um,
You think this is that?
I would assume it's a part of it.
Sounds a little similar. Yes, I agree.
Well, I'm more talking to Lark, not Lark, Dr.
Dr. Lark.
No.
Dr. Lark's who was asking
Lark,
you.
oh, Dr. Lark is. Oh, okay.
Yes, I know it's very confusing.
Yeah, I was very confused. Then, yes.
It's not my
Lark,
fault.
Dr. Lark was named Dr. Lark before Lark was invited to this game.
Right. I
know. And then
I thought we were still in the tube.
Dr. Keist, is there anything that she wants to kind of like put on the table? Do you raise any concerns regarding Dr. Babbitt and going with Dr. Webb up to the top, or?
I don't feel like they should go alone up there. I think they need.
They're probably gonna die.
Uh,
Well,
yeah.
it sounds like Dr. Babbitt made a choice and feels like there's some conviction behind this strange doctor's words. Perhaps he'll be able to learn something that will help in the situation. So, Doctor,
If he makes it back down.
I'm sure he'll intercom it if he learns something truly important. And after your therapy session, the two of you can go ahead and lose one stress. Dr. Leon gets, or Captain Leon, you're not a doctor. No stress loss. No. Because
Got
you're not a
another job.
doctor. God damn it. Not another job. Okay.
I just got more stress.
Ah. So you're able to get there and get that done and make your way back without issue. But before you get to finish, obviously that took some time. Everyone who's going up is out of an Evo suit. There's no Evo suit people there anymore. So as you pass by deck E, I would like for each of you to make a perception roll. Awareness? Is it awareness? Observation. Okay, Dr. Babbitt locking in. I need one from Dr.
Sorry, I pushed the button, it just didn't do the thing.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, well.
So go ahead and roll me a d6.
D6.
Okay.
And we're adding 9.
Yeah. I see that. So, as you come up this way, did you relieve one for,
I was at 10.
Okay.
We all relieved one earlier for something. I'm
Okay.
forgetting it now.
No
Yeah.
worries. So, when you get up to deck E, I had mentioned that when they kind of looked around in there very briefly, that the walls in that space were biomechanical and had weird tendrils kind of about them. And it also seemed that some of the walls were blown out and kind of created a direct access to outer space. What I didn't mention, because they didn't look around very deeply, nobody asked to do so, is the very strange looking, almost fleshy, but at the same time just kind of dank smell to the place. They were in Evo suits. They couldn't have smelled anything anyways. But there is a nasty smell on deck E. Foul, dank, humid, like rotting flesh. You would see that inside of the bay that the ladder comes up through, near where the landing is, up about, maybe about head height, there are these very strange looking, translucent red uteropods. And they kind of have this very strange shifting nature to them. Almost as if they're pulsating. You freak the fuck out.
I don't want.
You cannot take it anymore. You must flee to a safe place and refuse to leave it. You won't attack anyone and won't attempt anything dangerous. You are not allowed to make a retreat roll. If you have an enemy engaged within range when you flee, they get to hit you. Your stress level is decreased by 1, but everybody else in the space. So you already or no, you didn't. The two of you, that'd be Dr. Webb and Dr. Babbitt, need to make panic rolls. So go ahead and make a panic roll, Dr. Babbitt. And I assume fleeing, you're heading back to the ship as fast as you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a 6.
You only have 2 stress?
Yeah.
Damn, alright. You keep it together. I mean, you're fine. And Doctor... Go ahead and roll another one. He's fine. You two are just like, you look at each other, you're looking down at him, and he kind of goes, shrug, as she just stops and bolts. And you see them, you acknowledge them, and you'd also notice that whatever's inside of them is close to gestating with one of your upticks. And then is there anything that you would like to know about these strange, like, uteropods that are kind of present on the wall here?
Does it look like something can come out of them? Like,
Oh, yeah. It definitely looks like they're set to break. And inside these... Basically, you would describe it as a proto-ovomorphic uteropod. So it's almost like the ovomorphs that you're familiar with. If you don't know what an ovomorph is, out of character, alien egg.
okay. Okay. So I would definitely, if we're making our way back through here, I want to stop and get a sample of that, but...
Do you want to stop now? Because you're in charge of how we go up and how we don't.
No, I'd like to get his thing done first.
Okay. You ascend. Alright. Now, I said that the ship would be the safe place for you, Dr. Lockhart. Is there anywhere else you would consider running to, or no?
The only other place I would consider running to is the security area.
Okay, so like the actual... they're equidistant, so I assume that the ship would probably be prio.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so you make your way back to the ship. When you get down to that deck, all 3 of the EVA suits have been taken, barring you from getting to either of those 2 safe places. There is one that's left on the ground. And Dr. Babbitt, go ahead and deduce your oxygen by 1 more, and then roll me another oxygen roll.
Didn't shut the
It
tank
has
off.
1 tank of oxygen left. Do you strap that suit on that Dr. Babbitt floored as you panic?
I have to.
Yeah, it's
I
like
have
the air just feels kind of like it's kind of got like a metally taste to it as it's kind of getting to the dregs of it, and you bolt through. Go ahead, and because you're panicking and you're moving across the causeway, go ahead and roll me a d6. And if you roll a 6, it gets complicated.
You also have rebreathers.
I do have rebreathers. I have many rebreathers,
Okay.
actually.
You make it to the other side of the space, and you make it back to the ship. We'll deal with that in a bit. Okay. You continue ascending to Deck C. You folks continue descending down to Deck H. And beyond. So we're going to deal with you folks down there below. Obviously, nothing has changed since you passed through the central hub. But when you get to this space again, bear with me here, snapping. When you get to this space again, you definitely notice less sound than you noticed before. If you recall correctly, both of the right side passageways in the kind of space above the thermal plasma sinks were kind of, there was activity. And one of you had like a weird vision of something happening in the northern one. And then you all saw the strange silhouette of the pointy-headed creature in the southern one. When you make it to this point, you were climbing for quite a while. So go ahead and just do me a favor and give me a mobility roll.
I don't see anything.
Oh, sorry, I didn't move you as well. You've never been down here.
No.
That's why. There you go. And there you go. Wait, nope. There you go. See stuff now?
Very little. I just see the
Yes.
chute, I guess.
I'll explain the room to you again just so you know what it looks like. Basically, there's like a landing around where the ladder goes up and down, right?
Oh.
And kind of like an open area around the ladder in this section. There are 4 what appear to be catwalks that move inside of these kind of narrow half tubes, the bottom of which are open up. Okay? Below the catwalks, there are thermal plasma sinks, which are basically just like glowing blue things that seem to be kind of, plasma induced. Across the causeway in all directions, you can see what looks like a very poorly lit doorway. And based on what you can tell from here, it looks like a doorway to like a charging cell or some sort of energy containment unit. In this space to the north, you think you can see what looks like a body at the end of the catwalk, but you can't tell for sure. It's definitely like a situation where the lighting is creating the situation where you think you see blood and gore, but you aren't sure because like it's reddish lighting. And there's something slick about the whole mess over there, but you're not sure why. It's definitely a trick of the mind or 100% what you're imagining. And then to the south, there's a bit of noise going on. And for no other doctors besides you, for Captain Leon and Security Officer Jimmy Joe, the sound was coming from both of those passageways and is no longer coming from the one on the north side.
Is this where we had to be stopping in order to do the actual energy transfer? Or was it lower?
Lower. But again,
Oh.
if you're going to continue on,
It was the bottom.
if you're going to continue on without stopping here, it's going to be a mobility roll to see if you guys build stress or not.
We also took a rest here.
That's
But
right.
we can push if we want to.
If you want to push, you can. Dr. Kai, you're still in your EVA suit, right? You haven't taken it off?
Yeah, I'm still in it.
So you're going to have to make a mobility roll regardless to see if you are stressing here. And because this isn't a panicked one, this is just due to you kind of building up. There's nothing that I'm going to say that's going to cause you to panic. You're just going to be stressed by this if you fail. So mobility.
I got 2 successes.
Oh, I didn't see it roll. I see it. Okay, so yeah, you're fine. You could push on if you wanted to.
I think we should take a short break. We have a little bit of time, so
Yeah, because remember how it was done last time. If you do push yourself, you're gaining 1 stress and making the roll. So you take a break. The sounds are coming from the south side just as they were last time. They are not coming from the north side any longer.
Just watch it.
Do you want to go and check anything out? You haven't really
Nope.
maneuvered around this space, obviously.
Nah, I'm good.
Dr. Keist, you're new here, so definitely some interesting sights to see. And Captain Leon, you do you, boo.
Is it always this noisy down here?
it was actually worse last time.
It was. And since we're staying here, don't do anything stupid. I suggest you stay right here.
You hear kind of a sound of like a person's voice come from the south, and then
What was that?
like a sharp kind of clunk sound, and then like a and then thud, almost as if a person dropped on like metal grating or catwalk.
It's none of our business.
It's none of our business. Fuck if he ain't right though.
I'm gonna say. I mean, it's not a
This is
fuck
how
around
you
or find out.
survive a sci-fi thriller. None of my business.
The alien said at the end of the movie. John's like, it's a trick, get an axe. So nobody's doing shit.
That's bait.
Are you being observant and kind of keeping an eye on things, or are you just kind of like being
Yeah, of
chill?
course.
Okay. I'd like for everybody to go ahead and give me an observation roll.
Well, I can speak for myself, but
If you are being observant, give me an observation roll.
Oh yeah.
This one will induce panics. We got 1 panic, 2 panic, 3 panic. Everybody roll a panic roll. And
how do you do that?
You just roll a d6.
I forgot John rolls to GM. I was like, where's John's roll?
He's cheating.
Oh, how do I switch that?
I don't know.
Because he's a
somewhere here.
bot. He's really a robot. That's why.
Secretly a robot. He just can't let us know.
Yeah, those are some great panic
Oh.
rolls, folks. Michael, Leon sees the thing in the hallway. It comes into view, and you recognize it. It's the white creature from below. You recognize it fully. You gain 1 additional pump here. I'm giving you the sight of it regardless. That's the success. But the panic that you rolled, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panic. 14. Oh, god damn. You must immediately attack that thing. Period.
Hey, that's what I do.
You will not stop until you or that thing is broken.
Oh,
Every friendly character who witnesses the rampage must immediately make an immediate panic roll. However, they also rolled their panic rolls due to the situation, so they will be rolling a second one after the results of this.
I also have overkill.
Which says?
What I've seen with my the overkill talent lets you replace the effect of a panic roll result of 11 or higher by the overkill effect. If you have any enemies in sight when triggering overkill, you must immediately attack your enemies, and you won't stop until all enemies in sight are broken.
You got a 12, which would normally be a break, or which would normally be a scream. So you're going to replace that with overkill.
Sick.
Okay. So similarly, the two of you are basically like bloodlust. Fuck this thing. That's the motherfucker that turned the power off. But like,
yeah, and making
So
us
much
go
for
up.
none of
again.
our business.
it's none of our business. And then you see it's like, oh, that is our business actually.
It's like, actually, I don't want to be involved. Wait a minute.
It's that motherfucker right
He's
there.
wearing the wrong colors.
Oh, kill Whitey.
Pretty much.
Sorry, don't ban me. 8. Dr. Keist, you are going to tremble. So you start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls during this bit will be at a -2. Okay, so bear with me here for a second while I put the neomorph onto the docket and we fight it. I'm pretty sure one of you will probably die here.
nah.
No.
And again, just as a reminder,
Could be more.
just to make sure that you remember this is the neomorph, not the okay. So this is a bit different, but the same.
Is the cat still with Keist?
Keist, yeah,
course.
definitely. Probably on the ground now, not hanging out on the spacesuit. Excuse me. So, as far as placement, it's down the causeway. It is not the white one. It is white in tone, but it is not the exact same one. This one is different.
Oopsie.
Close though.
All white ones are the same.
Oh damn. Okay. You heard it here first, folks. It has more of like a rounded forehead but it still has like the long back. It's close enough. I'm just gonna say it looks identical. It kind of looks like this. Is the reminder.
Oh, that's the one that I saw upstairs, right?
No, they saw this one downstairs. You saw this one upstairs.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Okay. So at this point, you all have to fly into your rages and your killing deaths, except for Dr. Keist, who can act normally. So I'm just going to let you decide who goes first. I don't think there's really much on the initiative.
Well, say I could jump into shooting since I kind of noticed it
Okay.
originally, and just start firing essentially.
Yep. We're going to say that this is not technically close range, which isn't going to change much for firearms. Just for melee attacks, it's going to be impossible. Or if the weapon says it can only be fired at close range.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't think is true of your pistol or your shotgun. Okay. So, thank you for reminding me of a thing. So, you going into a berserk induced a panic roll from the other two. Because it happened simultaneously with the overkill, I'm going to say no to John's roll. But Dr. Kais, to see if you panic even harder than just trembling because they're going crazy, give me one more stress roll. That's not bad. Your current stress is...
5.
So you're good. Nothing new. Nothing special happens there. 1 plus 5, 6. All right. Go ahead and bang bang.
I just got the one range combat, right?
Yeah. Should have a
I roll
weapon.
it. Okay. Oh, well.
You should be able to click the weapon, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was trying to. It was on my gear section.
Did it not work?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, ignoring that other roll, we're going to go with this one here. So you get a success and then extra success, which just means you can increase the damage or do something as a trick. How would you like to play it? Base damage is 1, by the way.
Yeah, for this, I'm just gonna increase the damage.
Okay. So its armor rating is high enough that it doesn't seem to care. Let me just double check on how that works. Armor rating. I think this is the first time we have ever had an attack against a creature. Weapons and armor. 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 Armor rating 6. Damage. Armor. The effectiveness of a piece of armor is represented by its armor rating. You can only wear one suit of armor at a time. When you take damage from an attack, roll a number of base damage or base dice equal to the armor rating. Each success lowers the damage inflicted by 1 point. Got it. That's very cool. Okay, so then is this clickable? Yes. Okay, there's a pop-up and it's hiding. Submit. Okay, so I got 1 success. So that means you pump the damage by 1, so it will take 1 damage.
Cool.
Got it. Alright, you're next up, Shotgun Man.
Did
John,
you say that my overkill didn't go through?
your overkill did go through.
Oh,
You didn't have to roll a second time at the same moment to
yeah, yeah.
double
okay.
overkill. What are we doing? Oh, you rolled not the.
Uh,
You got to roll it from the weapon. But we'll take that.
Oh.
We'll take that roll, even though you're gooby.
I've never done that.
Can you do it now, though? Okay, we're going with the first one.
I'll take that. No.
Going with the first one.
I have to roll. No. I have to roll it from the weapon.
No. I have to roll it from. You know what? Fine. I'm gonna roll my armor rating. All right, I got 0 successes. You have 3 extra successes. Are you just putting it all into damage?
What are my options?
You can put it into damage or do a trick. If there's something about the environment that you want to hit or particularly go for.
Not the environment, no, but just the neomorph.
Okay, so full on just. So I'm assuming that you kind of, after the gun gets shot by Leon, he's like, fuck! Like, kind of, angrily kind of shoots, get fucking die! And you kind of march forward with a shotgun, just pumping shots into it, right?
Yeah.
It was looking like it was about to stride towards you, but just after, like, the first hit and then, like, the recession, like, the series of hits after it, it kind of just drops to the ground and dies horribly. Looks like it's just kind of spiraling on the ground a bit, and then just kind of... You rolled really well on that damage roll. But yeah, it dies.
Well,
there's very little of it left to kind of denote. Overkill says, what exactly?
That whole first pit. I wish it was bigger. I'm just gonna do this.
Sure.
It says broken.
You or all enemies. Yeah, broken. Correct. Broken, it means a couple of things. Broken means defeated. NPCs once broken kind of just
Fuck off. Or
fuck off. When it's an NPC, like character, it's typically just done. I think it works. Let me double check here. If you drop to 0 health, you are broken. In effect, taken out of action. Immediately roll for a critical injury. If you're not dead, you can crawl and mumble through the pain. You can't perform any actions, and you can't roll any skills. You can't go below 0 health, but each further attack that causes damage gives you another critical injury. So roll 2d6.
Oh.
So... Sure. To not draw this combat out because it's not terribly important. Normally, if you were fighting an NPC that mattered, not this one. What I could say is instead of it dying, it just instead got its ankle shot by that. That's what that result would have been. You roll 2d6.
And then it fucks off for a bit.
Or it keeps fighting despite the pain.
Right.
But since this is just kind of a... Not the other one, it's totally fine and it's dead. Okay. Immediately after that, the both of you satisfy the break the enemy, which happened. So...
Oh, can I analyze it?
Yeah, so if you'd like to move into that space, you can.
Because I have you can roll for observation to gain insight regarding strange and alien artifacts or creatures that you counter, and get to chance to study for at least 1 turn.
It's certainly that. So yeah, if you're moving into that space, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause from us, and I'm going to move us back up to. We're just going to go right up, beat by beat. Lark, when you get to Dr. Lark with your character who's not named Lark but is instead named Lockhart, not confusing.
Look at it.
I am.
You could have just renamed them.
I just mostly think it's funny everybody else doesn't understand it like I do. When you get up there, though, what you would notice is that she kind of gives you the same query that she gave the others. While you're here, you will assumably take the, behavioral health assistance. So go ahead and diminish your stress by 1. And then because based on your panic result, you're going to stay here for this next scene. So I'm going to ask you, what of the two things do you wish to do? You can either continue resting, which will alleviate one more stress, or you can assist Dr. Drobakowski in repairing the ship, which means you
I'm gonna
don't relieve
assist in
stress.
repairing the ship.
You're repairing the ship. You're not relieving stress?
Nope.
Okay, go ahead and make a heavy machinery roll. And you cannot panic on this one,
I'm so good at this.
but you can fail.
Do the roll.
Okay. You didn't panic anyway. So yeah, you
Yay!
managed to help her in time, which means by the time that everyone else is done with their scenes, okay, the ship will be repaired and ready for energy. All you would need is the power, okay? But
We're getting everybody out.
you succeeded with 2 extra successes. So what I would like to ask you, is there anything in particular that you want to do? Like, you could, with one of them, like, do it in half the time. With one of them, you could do it so that, you know, again, whatever kind of stunts you can think of. If you do it, whatever you can think of. Your opportunity.
Try to tamper-proof stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shit doesn't happen like it did in the Patreon game. Sure, okay. That I'll say that's one. That's a free. That's one of your successes,
Excuse
and
me,
then
sorry.
the other one,
So tamper-proof and
quickly.
And sorry, I'm just, we'll just go ahead with doing it faster, I guess.
Okay, so because of that, you can effectively do both tasks. You can repair and get more kind of rest. So go ahead and
Okay.
relieve another stress. And that's basically what you're doing through the scene: getting psychology help and repairing the ship.
Oh yeah, I am fully divulging,
Yeah.
including
You're
like the weird hallucination I had when I was trying to cross the freaking
Dr. Lark
causeway.
is taking notes very thoroughly. Okay, Dr. Babbitt, after your brief and kind of strange stop at the strange womb-looking uteropods, you
Ooh.
and Dr. Webb make it to Deck C. The hydroponics garden, as far as you can tell, is still closed. It's not open. There's nothing there. And he kind of moves like a person who's been here before to the med lab and will enter into the space kind of like he is the king of it.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay. He looks around and he kind of takes some notes. And then he seems to kind of go through the terminal, which you've addressed in this station before, and got the comparison notes. And kind of a bit of knowledge about what was happening here. And he pulls up some information on his end. Specifically, a serum analysis on a tube that you didn't think would look very important. I believe I mentioned it. It was like a black liquid tube that he had kind of just seated on a tester. And it reads as follows. You'd be able to look over his shoulder and see the serum analysis. Yeah, that's what I thought. So the virus won't work unless we're able to find a mature squid baby.
We should have brought that cat with us. It found one in spot D, deck D, that found one, and it ran up through a vent after the cat released it.
Interesting. How long ago was this?
I mean, enough time for me and the Kais to come up here, go through the life support chamber, go back down, find you guys, and come back.
As you're talking to him, you don't even really take into account what he's doing. Like, he moves away from that space. You're still talking, and he opens up a drawer and pulls something out. Then there's like a flash of motion after you finish your sentence, and he flips out a pair of like what appear to be plastic pants, and then he puts them on.
Tyvek suit.
Yep. And he says, "Okay,
I have a backup.
well, yeah, or cover usually. This will do for single layer, I suppose. Have you seen any strange egg-like shapes?
Yeah, there's.
Oh, there was those ones down on. Yeah, we just passed them.
We just passed some, and I think I remember Kais talking about some in the hydroponics garden.
In the garden.
But I'm
Oh.
pretty sure she said that's where the main creature thing was. That
Oh,
she
the one
seen.
she was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to check it out, or?
Yeah, we gotta get this thing done.
Okay. So you two walk over to the hydroponics garden. He punches in, and the door opens. When he kind of moves into the space, you can see that he kind of stops for a second and then backs away, covering his face. Oh, God. It's as I feared. And as he kind of backs away, there's like a bit of spores in the air inside the garden that seem to have been kind of shifted when the door opened. So they're kind of fluttering in the space. He immediately slams his hand on the panel to close it. Bear with me here for a second. That is... the thing that you think that she kind of saw, it looks like there's a massive, like, it almost looks like a cocoon that has already broken open, and you're pretty sure that is probably what she saw, because based on your quick...
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah, so it looks like it's been broken open. So whatever was inside of it,
Is the creature that came through the life support.
Yeah. Maybe.
I assume.
He kind of looks around and he says, "It's probably nothing useful in there. We should go back down for those ones. That's probably best." He gestures to the pants. Do you want me to lead, or do you want to go first?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Do we have the tools we need to extract one before
Just-
we go down there?
I'd say we just need a live one, so we could just pull it off the wall. He kind of moves over to a desk, opens it up, and starts kind of pulling out some tools like a scalpel, saw blade, and all this other stuff. Kind of sets them down, puts them into a bag, and kind of slings it over his shoulder. Do you watch him very closely while that's happening?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. No observation roll required, but you do see that he pulls out a service pistol and puts it in the bag as well.
Okay. All right, yeah. I'll say, well, let's go down, and we both remember where they're at, so I guess I'll lead.
Okay. You make it back down to Deck D, and when you arrive there, you see from a distance above that it looks like all the ones that you saw, all three of them, I'll say is a good number, appear to have been ruptured, and whatever was inside them is no longer inside of them. Fuck, is what he would say in response to that. Any questions you want to ask about the scene before what happens next happens next?
No, I would say
This is
I
Deck
think
E.
I've got like everything. Yeah.
This is Deck E. So, do you have any questions about what's going to happen next?
Oh, we're on deck E, not D. Okay.
Yeah, E, because you came down to where the red pods were, right?
Red. Okay, yeah, I thought that was deck D. My bad.
Yeah, I got it's kind of like on the way up from E at about like eye level, near where the ladder kind of meets the frame.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I think because all the doors are double open doors.
Yeah, in Deck E.
Do I see the comms thing? Is it like clearly visible, or is it covered by something?
It's on the other side, so you'd have to enter into the deck, so leaving the tube. If you want to do that, you can.
Okay, not at the moment. I just wanted to. I
Okay.
didn't know if it was like available, like close by, or if I had to go in to get it.
Okay. With that, then, I missed the first one, but I will not miss this one, and I will relay the second one on you immediately when it comes up. But I need you all to roll me a... Oh my god, we're near a black hole check.
remind me what that entails.
Yeah, what the fuck's that mean?
D6, and you're going to be adding numbers. So Dr. Babbitts and Dr. Keist, you're adding 1. Dr. Lockhart, you're adding 3. And then everyone else, you are adding... everyone total is adding a total of 3 as well. So Lark, 6. Babbitt Keist, 4. And
I thought you
then
said I was adding 3.
you're
and I
adding...
rolled a 5.
You're adding 3. And then everyone is adding 3. Because this is the...
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So 11.
Yeah. And then
5.
I need to find my...
9.
What are they called? I always forget what these are called. And I hate it.
Fuck you, dice.
Yeah, the fuck you dice.
An insanity roll or something?
No, it was like, it specifically had neurological distortion disorder, Ableson variant. Okay, so you got an 11? Lark?
Sure did. Yep.
Your memory is clouded. You are very confused or even deluded. Roll d6 on a subtable, and then the effect is going to last for about 10 minutes, or 1 turn.
I got
Plus-
6.
Okay, a 6 on this chart says, how do you do it? Tying shoes is hard. You've forgotten everything you've learned about your specialty, i.e. your highest rated skill. Rolls for that skill are made without any base dice added for your skill level. Question.
Love it.
Is your highest skill, or highest rated skill, heavy machinery?
No,
Okay,
not even close.
good. Alright,
It's empathy.
what did your total
forgot
end
how
up
to be
as,
nice.
Brent?
Mine was 5.
5 on this chart, no effect. Michael, less
I
than
got
5, no effect. Kimmy?
You said add 4, so I got 9.
Okay, you're fine. You already have the negative effect. And you will suffer from that effect now. You'll suffer episodes of epileptic seizures at this time. 6, welcome to the paranoid team. You are now paranoid. So you're convinced that someone or something on board the ship is out to get you. Roleplay accordingly.
Oh my god, it's me.
All right.
Not as you're having a seizure. No.
And then,
Oh, good point.
who did I miss? Did I miss someone? Oh, Jimmy
think
Joe.
so.
You got a 6 total,
Yeah, that
so
was-
yeah, no effect.
What about Dr. Wells?
Yeah, that was paranoia.
Dr. Wells is fine. Yeah. We'll say that he's quote unquote fine. Actually, I'll just have you roll it. Go. It's easier for me. Okay. He will join Kimmy in having a epileptic episode.
Epilepsy for everyone.
Interesting. So let's go ahead and do a couple points of order since we have a couple of things happening here. Dr. Babbitt, you were kind of looking at the situation. He was looking at the situation and saying, oh, we need to collect one of these things. He would have touched down at the door, not sure if he's going to enter or not yet, and that's where he would have the seizure event. Then, Kimmy, you and the crew of boys are down on the bottom area. You just watched a neomorph get murdered, then entered into the space to investigate it. I'm going to go ahead and give you the investigation on it first, so you automatically glean a piece of information about it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this appears to be in line with the biomechanical nature of the creature you saw upstairs. You would say that it's near identical in kind of styling, but it looks as though this one is a less evolved version of that creature. You would also notice, as you kind of like get an understanding of this being kind of specially related to that creature, that it appears that it is a hyper-violent creature with long claws, and it has a goblin shark-like mouth that juts out from its face. It's not quite the same as the xenomorph, thing. It's more of like a jaw that distends outwards and kind of grasps that way, but only a singular jaw. And then you would also notice that inside of this space, these doors here are open on the side, and they appear to have bodies near them and inside of them. It looks as though they are escape pods, lifeboats, and they have been filled with prisoners.
Live prisoners?
Just as you hypothesize on that is when the event happens for you. Now, Jimmy, Joe, and Leon, you're fine. Your guns are out and you're kind of following her in, and you're seeing the situation, and then she starts having an event. Jimmy, Joe, and Leon, which of you two would be? Are you both going to help her, or just one of you, or none of you?
I'm not.
I would definitely go to help her.
Okay. Thanks. She,
They're my rival.
she could fucking die for all I care.
Damn, cold.
Cold.
That's
Together,
problems.
kid.
That's a cold
Less
ass
problems
song,
for
dude.
me, man.
So,
I love it.
if you'd like to make a medical aid roll, you may, Captain Leon.
There it is.
Okay.
Huh.
Hey.
So the normal success for this is actually just ensuring that they don't harm themselves during the event. You've got 2 successes there, and just kind of letting you have an understanding. The second success could be something to the effect of alleviating the stress of the event by putting her on her side and kind of holding her through it. The third of those successes is up to you. If there's something narratively you think that could be attained here, that's up to you. But if you'd like, I can just say that it will lessen the event due to just the first 2 successes being as awesome they were. You're just kind of capitalizing on that and magnifying on that.
Yeah, I mean, really, I can't think of much else.
Okay.
Just Leon being a captain for so long, obviously has an understanding of these types of things, working with a lot of different people. So
Okay. So
if
what I
springs
will
in act-
also ask is, she is still in an Eva suit. Do you keep her in it, or do you remove her from it?
I would
You can do either. I'm just letting you know. You can go either way.
probably try to leave her in it,
Okay,
depending on the circumstance. So
got it. And then Jimmy Joe, you're keeping an eye out and looking at the situation, right?
You got it.
So to answer Kimmy's question, but not for Kimmy, uh, they look like they are alive. Letting that one hang for a bit, or just not understanding the context?
So where were these where are we seeing these pods in relation to
They're
where we're
not.
currently at?
They're not
I'm assuming?
pods. They're just people.
Or I thought she saw them in like the
Oh, the life
exit.
pods.
Dead
Sure.
people.
Those doors. Yeah. They're like lifeboats, escape ships.
But they're
I
at
took
the end
them
of
as
the
dead
hallway
people.
that we're in.
2 people talking at the same time. Try again.
So are we seeing that like down the hallway that we're currently in?
You
That-
maneuvered down the catwalk to the neomorph's corpse for her to investigate it. She looked at it, then she started to look up and see other things, and then she fell down. You then maneuvered to help her, so you're kind of focused on that. You're right at the cusp of like entering into the space, and then Jimmy Joe kind of comes in, shotgun out, looking around, and you would see what she saw. There are bodies stacked near the doors, and there are people like stuffed inside of the EEV lifeboats. And from what you can tell from here, they do appear to be alive, or at least some of them do.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, assuming that she's okay at Like I would want to stay until that's pretty much
Well,
resolved.
I'm giving John the
Resolved,
first opportunity to do something here. He's just not replying. Um, so
Oh,
John,
I didn't get that inference.
sorry.
Can I eject it?
Do you
Oh
want
my-
to put the bodies in there and eject it, or do you want to leave some?
Oh wait,
there's some
okay.
that
I
are.
thought you were talking about people like in the thing,
There are some inside of it. There are some outside of it. It looks like they were
but
being
they're all
loaded
like
onto it.
okay, but they're clinging for life. Like everybody's dead except for us,
Do you go in
like
and look?
dying.
Like they look like some of them are pretty bad condition for sure. But do you
Well,
go?
I'm assuming they're prisoners.
Some of them appear to be, yeah.
Yeah, throw them on in there and eject it.
Okay, so as you're kind of looking at the space inside the lifeboat, it looks like the walls of the lifeboat have been changed from like a
Oh,
metallic,
great.
kind of solid paneling to this strange biomechanical stuff. There's like a heavy resin that's kind of plastered over some of the people inside of this space. They appear to have been glued or like sticky tacked to the walls. And when you kind of reach down to grab the first body, as you pick him up, he kind of, what the fuck? What happened? Who are you?
I'm gonna drop them.
Thud. Oh, shit. And he kind of looks up at you. What the fuck, man? And he's wearing prisoner orange.
Take out service pistol and shoot him.
Okay. So I would say this is about when you're paying attention, Leon. You watch him pull out the service pistol and move to execute the prisoner. Do you let it happen?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna yell to stop.
Do you stop?
What?
Wait,
I will keep the pistol pointed at his face and I'll say, "What? It's a prisoner."
What the fuck?
we don't know what's going on yet. We really need to see what's happened to these people. This is all part of what's going on in this ship right now. Like, we can't just go around executing people, Jimmy.
You're the boss. And he'll keep pointing the pistol at him, but like, don't let off.
This is making me think that he is a synthetic.
He
I would like for you to look inside the pod, Doctor.
She's not there to comment, so you didn't hear that.
What do you mean? What?
Doctor's still suffering from a seizure. What do you mean?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
She's not popping.
Never mind then.
There are no doctors here that could have heard your witty retort.
Never mind. I'll save it for when they. I thought they talked, so I thought it was over.
Sure.
I said that, I think you are synthetic because now you're just murdering people.
They're prisoners. They shot at us.
They're not people.
Inmates in a correction facility where they receive correction.
They're not people.
They shot at us.
They're not people.
Hard stop. They shot at us.
You don't. Anyway, I won't comment. So he kind of gets up and kind of looks at you. I'm confused. What the hell? Who are you people?
Sit down.
He doesn't see anywhere to sit and then kind of just plops on the ground.
Ew, not next to me.
We're currently trying to figure out what's going on in this ship,
Yeah.
and I need to know what's going on with you, with what's in there.
Androids started taking people back to their cells from General. And then something happened with Flo. She kind of went bonkers. And she started a riot. Androids started killing people. I wasn't interested in any of that. I mean, I'm here for murder, but not like hard murder, you know? I just killed my wife and her lawyer.
Noted.
You're like, you're a friend now. You're a friend. Please forgive me for pointing a gun at your head.
Switches out to shotgun.
Oh, going full bore. Okay, alright, well, you're a misogynist. Die, bitch. Is this how my story ends? He says,
Taking notes.
I don't know what happened, but next thing I know, I'm down here. It's all kind of hazy, but some kind of weird demon woman was like looking us over. I remember something really weird and wet and squishy on my face.
Dragon.
And then do you use that knowledge?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I say he's infected.
You don't just take drastic action immediately?
I don't like turn to Leon and I say he's infected.
What do you mean infected with what?
What do you mean infected?
So in the Space Beast book, right? They use the aliens or the dragons use this thing where they attach to your face and it implants more dragons in you. So
Jimmy, is this just part of what's the mental disorders going on here, man? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
And
What?
Go ahead.
What makes you think that this person is infected, as you say? Like, what?
Like how? I'm having trouble. It's like, how normal? This is out of character. How normal is the knowing what the aliens do to people?
You know everything that was outlined in Space Beast and by the cultist hold on.
But like, would that be normal every day? Like, people know this is a thing.
No.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
but it was
it's
highlighted.
known that the
I'm
dragon
sorry,
can be
it
inside
was-
of people.
Right.
It's kind of known that they are gifts from the beast. But the exact nature, it's there's no reporting of the implantation in Ripley or the
Okay.
dog. Like, just that it comes
Okay.
out of them. And then I don't.
Okay, then I guess I would retcon that he surmises that maybe whatever squishy thing was put on his face could implanted the dragons.
Yeah,
So I'd retcon that to be more that way.
that's fair.
Well, go ahead and do it.
Done.
Huh? You shoot him, he falls to the ground. It's at about that moment, Kais, that you're coming to. And so the last things that you're seeing, or the first thing that you're seeing in kind of a blur as you come to, are what sounds like a muffled sound of a question, a muffled sound of a response from Captain Leon, and then kind of more clearly a man sitting on the ground being shot in the head by Jimmy Joe. We're going to cut from there before you respond. Because we'll save that for the next beat for you guys. And we're going to snap back up to Dr. Babbitt. Now, you were also dealing with a person who was having an epileptic event. How do you want to kind of help the individual in question?
I mean, I'm not very medically skilled.
But he's right on like the landing near the door to kind of the central kind of safe area on deck E.
Yeah,
you want to pull him into that area so that he has more ground to like move about, or kind of like just in case he rolls one way and kind of doesn't end up rolling down the chute?
Yeah, I think that's probably best, is to
Okay.
put him in there.
As he's dealing with that event, what you would notice is as you kind of get him secure, is that you can hear what sounds like kind of like a fluid kind of movement of like almost it almost sounds like someone's dragging a chicken breast across the ground. And when you look up, you can see what appear to be a few of these things, these squid-like things, moving across the ceiling. So you have first opportunity to act here. To deal with the naiads. How would you like to engage?
I need one alive.
There are 3.
Yeah. So, capturing all 3 of them in one go would probably be too much work.
Skills? Or skill issue?
Yeah. I think, let's see. Honestly, I think I would try to capture all 3 of them.
Okay. So, what are you doing in this first beat to kind of make your dreams come true?
I am going to take his bag, the one he loaded his stuff into,
Mm-hmm.
and empty it out.
Okay.
And kind of kick the gun farther away,
Yeah.
Like, oh, it slipped out, kick it really far away. And then I'm going to try to use the bag to capture them,
Okay.
preferably.
Go ahead and roll me 3d6.
4, a 1, and a 3.
Okay. So, I'm assuming that you are not jumping up to the ceiling to try and grab them. You're kind of readying kind of yourself so when they do what they're going to do, you're ready to kind of snatch them up.
Yeah.
That's fair. So when the first one does what it does, is that rolling out loud or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the first one is not this one. These are the other 2. So in a blur of whipping tentacles, due to the sound and the crashing of all the stuff being spilled out onto the ground, they just fuck off. And then the other one is going to be gross. So it induces a wave of nausea in you looking at this thing as it kind of undulates kind of down the wall a bit towards you. And it kind of like is gross and it's just disgusting. So I don't know how a sickness roll is made. I need to Google that or search for that. Not Google. You silly Billy. What's that called? There it is. Not a searchable term. Annoying? Is it a skill? What is a sickness roll? I have no idea. Okay, looking it up. You roll 3 dice. And
Nice.
oh no, it's a stamina roll. Sorry. Do you have so make a stamina roll. And then the creature rolls its virulence. And whoever gets more successes wins the day.
Did you say ice? Is this cyberpunk?
Um, So 3, 5, and 5. No successes on my side. No successes on your side. So no sickness. But you did get a panic, so go ahead and roll a d6 and add 2.
6.
You're maintaining. You are cool as a cucumber. Are you going to then try and bag it after its weird undulation towards you?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a melee combat roll. A single success will be meaning bagging it, not sealing it, just bagging it. Additional successes will be required to bag it, and then if you wish to say something to kind of put some stank on it because you got a third success, like maybe knock it unconscious or whatever other ideas you want to kind of success on that.
Yeah, I think bagging it and sealing it for sure, and then trying to get it to be unconscious enough to where I can, do something with it without it attacking me.
Got it. So basically, boom, bam, bap, and you're good.
Yep.
Okay, well that was a quick scene. The other two fuck off to who knows where. All right, then we're gonna cut to Lark. You didn't have any events, so your situation is still as it stands, and I think that catches all of us up to the same time frame. I did not have you roll one back at 8 o'clock. I skipped one, so we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and roll a d6 and add 4 plus 1 for Babbitt-Keist and 3 for you. Should be a total of plus 7. All right.
I'm at 6.
Wait, we just rolling a d6 or a d6 plus 4?
D6, and you are adding 4.
Hey, hey.
If you got under 6, nothing happens.
If you got 6, you...
If you got 6 or
Fair
less, nothing happens. So, Cased, you are adding 4, putting you at 8. I believe we are... Bear with me here. I think it's going to be the same thing. That sucks. I don't like it, so I'm going to wreck on it. I'm just going to say it's going to add another plus 1 to your situation, stress-wise. So you are at plus 2 to your next roll. And then nobody else got over a 6? Oh, Dr. Lockhart.
I did.
So, yeah, during the... see, I should have done these on times. I fucked up, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you a choice here, Lark. You can either add 1 to your stress level, or you can add 1 to your next neurological disorder roll.
Oh, let's add 1 to the next neurological disorder.
So you are now at a plus 4, which means that your next roll will be made at plus 9. Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. So then scene, we'll cut to the bottom layer again. So again, Dr. Keist, as I described it, you saw what you saw as you're coming to.
How close was the guy sitting next to me when he got shot and killed?
Probably about 3 meters.
There's also a close range shotgun blast, so...
No. Yeah, you said you switched guns.
So he probably splattered all over me.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna wake up and scream. And then just be like, "What's going on?"
Like, do you actually scream, like, ah?
Yeah, like scream.
I'd be like, shut up, shut up.
This is a dumb request, but can you go ahead and roll me a gun? Roll your gun attack.
Yeah, sure. Gun attack. Nope, not service pistol.
Okay, so your gun will run out of ammunition because of your panic roll there. You don't need to roll a panic roll. Just your gun is needs a reload now.
Okay, can I reload it now?
Yeah, you should be able to. I don't think Dr.
Okay.
Kais is going to attack you for your murder. And Captain Leon ordered it, so
I'm a good boy.
how dare you kill him after I told you to? The fuck?
Then at that point, when she's screaming and everything, I would kind of dash back over to make sure that she's okay.
Yeah, she seems good.
And so we need to inspect this area. We believe that that guy was infected with whatever these things are, and could be
Dragons.
a serious problem.
Is that why he killed him?
Yes. So we need to check
Listen,
out
Doc.
this room and make
Yep.
sure that there's nothing else in here like that.
Do you mean the escape pod, or do you mean like the?
Yeah, just
Catwalks.
inspecting the escape pods and
Okay, yeah,
the
they'll
area
definitely look
around
at
it.
that.
So the people inside, like I mentioned, look like they've been plastered to the walls. The people outside look like they're just kind of laying about. You'd be able to notice that they look like they have some sort of kind of physical damage around the neck and face area. I'd say there's about
Sorry.
There's about 3 remaining on the left side and about 2 on the right side outside of the pods. And then inside the pods, it looks like there's about 8 in the left one and about half a dozen in the right one.
They all have suction to their face and neck. Like
They all look
wounds.
like they have like wounds on their face and neck.
I'm gonna point to them and be like, you could say I'm crazy all you want, but that ain't normal.
No,
We just killed him.
You're right. So all these people are like most of these people that, as we can tell, are also just dead though.
No, they just look like they're beaten, battered, probably
Okay.
suffering from concussions, and then their weird kind of damage to the face and neck.
So
They all
left them
appear to
alive for
be
a reason.
alive or pretty close to alive, or pretty close to dead.
So they're incubators, is what it seems like. Now, I ain't no fancy doctor, but we do this kind of carnage, you're not leaving someone alive for a reason.
I mean, we can't just go through and waste all this time and resources shooting every single one of these people or anything. Like, we need to get at least everyone that we have back together and get the power turned on and get out of here.
Correct. I
However,
think
we deal with this after the fact. We're not going to be able to deal with this whole situation like this right now.
I agree, and I just would say I think we did that man a mercy.
I sure hope so. And I just
But
kind of like
we got to
turn
focus
back.
on the power. Yeah.
You head back to the ladder.
Yeah.
Dr. Kais, do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you start to descend, I want you, Dr. Kais, to go ahead and lose 1 oxygen and then make an oxygen roll. And then, since this is pretty much the long haul down, the longest one, I'll need those. No, just you make it down. But go ahead and gain 1 stress.
Oh God. So I have 2 oxygen. So what do I roll? I forgot. I'm so
2d6,
sorry.
and if you roll a 6, you lose another oxygen.
But am I supposed to roll 2d6 because I only have 2 oxygen left?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Are they not wearing their
They are.
oxygen?
They're booty ass naked. I mean, no, they're they're wearing their normal uniform.
So if I were to take my helmet off,
Your
I wouldn't lose
oxygen
any more.
would exit out unless you turned off your oxygen and then take off your helmet.
Okay. I want to think that I would take off my helmet, and in a very stupid move, probably leave it here.
Okay.
And
Well, you can just open the glass panel.
oh yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna turn off my oxygen and open my glass panel.
Cool. So you're still lugging around that heavy suit. So you're all gonna gain 1 stress. And then I'm gonna say that yeah, that's fine. You're all just gonna gain 1 stress. Simple. Make it down to the bottom. When you arrive there, it's just as you left it. Door over on the side is still open to the power collection cells and the external bay door. And the panel up above in the middle space, that kind of hexagonal pattern, appears to still be open.
Okay, well, let's get back to work on this and go to
Yep.
reroute the power.
All right. So as you walk that way, 2 massive white hands drop down and grab a hold of Leon. Let's see if they actually get a hold of you. Bear with me here. Okay. Why is this happening? Yeah. All right. So, I roll 8 base damage dice. Do you have armor on at all, Leon?
I do not.
So that will be a success, 2 successes. So you're going to take 2 damage.
What if that depletes me to 0?
Then you are unconscious, and you are suffering a critical injury. So roll 2d6.
5 and 4.
Okay, that's actually really high, so this might be very crazy. Bear with me here. You said 5 and 6 in that order?
5 and 4.
5 and 4. Okay. So it drops down and it grasps one of your arms, and as it pulls up on your body, it's like grabbing the other portion of you. You guys watch as it rips the arm off cleanly. Roll a d6. 1, 2, and 3 it's the left arm, or the non-dominant, and 4, 5, and 6 it is the dominant hand.
Oh.
Okay, so it is the non-dominant hand. Rips his
good.
arm off, and then you can see as it's doing that, it kind of just drops the arm and then grabs the body and lifts him straight up. You then hear a kind of smattering of footprints going away from you as Leon disappears from sight. Oh, sorry. Other thing. Each of you needs to make a panic roll.
So if I make a panic
no,
roll
sorry.
over 11.
Sorry, the victim needs to make a panic roll. Even though you are critically injured, you are still alive. You are broken. A broken PC can still act. You're just effectively kind of out of the fight. Okay. So, what's your panic, or what's your current stress?
9.
Okay. So 9 plus 4 is 13. Okay. So the thing that happens is when it gets up to the top, to where it's going, it drops you and kind of stands over you for a moment. You are prone, and it's kind of like hovering over you. You will now flee. Your arm missing. You're just like, bleeding and just absolutely losing it. You have 2 options. You can try and move past it, going back the way you came, or there is apparently another passageway that it was leading you to. You have no idea what's over there, and you could go that way instead.
I'd want to go back the way we came.
Okay. So then retreat is not a roll you get to make. I need to figure out what that means. I believe it's a mobility roll, but we're going to find out.
While I was figuring that out, I just
Yeah.
noticed that there's 2 talents. I have fast reflexes and overkill.
Okay.
You get to pick one of them.
You should
Or
only
is
have
it both?
one talent.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I gotcha.
Okay,
For
if
some reason I
you
have 2 I
have
can
an
switch
active
between.
enemy at engage range, you must make a mobility roll to move away to short range from them. If you fail, but your enemy gets a free close combat attack against you. So go ahead and make a mobility roll. I just need a success on that, otherwise I get to take a swipe at you. That's a success and no stress rolls. We love that.
Yep.
Okay, so you managed to make it back. So for narrative purposes, as that's happening, boom, arm gone. Arm drops to the fucking ground. Dude flies into the air. White, creepy hands drop down and grabbed him and lift him up Batman style, right? What are you doing immediately in response to that, Jimmy Joe?
Shooting.
Okay. Feckless. Boom, 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 boom. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, with that many successes, what I was actually looking for was a failure, so that your gun would run out of bullets because of all the shooting. But with that many successes, what I'm going to say is the chances of you hitting it were highly impossible. What I should have done before I said make the roll was a penalty to the dice that you would have been rolling. Since three
So
of
take a
those,
couple off.
since 3 of those are stress dice that you rolled successes on, I'm going to say that you hit it for 3 times multiplier, or for a 2 times
Oh
multiplier.
god.
Okay, so
Okay.
bear with me here for a second.
Damage.
It's a bit of a retcon, but we're going to go for it. I got to roll my armor rating for the creature.
I mean, that was kind of silly. How do I stop rolling to you?
I don't know.
I had seen it once before, but I don't remember exactly where.
If you hit the cog up next to character in the top
Yep.
left of your sheet, it says whisper to GM and you can
Found
change
it. Yeah, it was some silly Billy said it to always.
Don't know who that was.
It starts out like that.
And I'm going to give it, because it's moving well within cover, I'm going to give it an additional 2 dice to its armor rating. Actually, I'm going to go say 3 dice to its armor rating for the purposes of this shooting. Okay, so it is going to block 1? Or, sorry, is that showing to you or no?
No, it didn't.
Okay. Then that's not the right. That's weird. So it is going to block 1 full shotgun burst worth of damage. So it's going to take a total of 6 damage. It will get him up into the space, but it looks like you did clip it with like a portion of your fire as you were shooting into it. It's about 10 feet up to the port, and then about another 5 feet into the hole, and then into the kind of air duct that he went into. And then, Leon, you rush away from it. It's kind of bleeding, and kind of like it turns to kind of move towards you. You hear it swipe behind you, well missing you, as you're like grabbing your bloody stump. It basically tore the arm off. I guess the best way to describe it would be, and again, tell me if I go overboard on the description here, but when it grabbed your forearm and pulled upwards, it basically de-sleeved your bone here and took the forearm and elbow with it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Horrifying.
So
Yeah.
there's a bit of bone hanging there that's slightly cracked and broken from like the strain of that, and also the blood and the gore. But you run and you make it to the hole. Do you jump down? It's about a 15-foot drop.
I'm gonna try to use my other hand to like kind of drop, but control it a bit.
Make a mobility roll for me.
Yeah, when I'm trying to avoid death, I don't really care.
I
as much.
understand. All right. So that's a super bunch of successes there, but I need the stress roll first.
I was hoping you were gonna say so. I'll let you get away without it.
Nah, no. 2 plus 7? No,
Oh.
6. Okay. So you're shaking, kind of very, very just like panicked, but you do the thing that you described, and you drop. So basically, you lower yourself down your full height, and then your arms like straining to hold on to your one arm, and you drop down. And when you kind of hit the ground and kind of drop to your knee, your face is brought face to face with the other part of your body, the torn off arm that still has like a. It's almost like a blossom of like your bicep. It just kind of pulled the bicep and tore it open. And yeah, it hurts, but you're still alive for now. Okay.
Gremlin baby.
Yeah. At the end of this, at the end of the round or the scene, he will have to make another check. But yeah.
I would try to actually take off like the bit of cloth that would have been left on the bit of arm and kind of try to make a wrap.
I'm gonna say, just based on how you described it and how pathetic that sounds, you will not be able to make a medicine roll. If one of the other people, obviously not Jimmy Joe, but if any of the other people want to try and help Dr. Leon, or Captain Leon, not a doctor, you can.
Both, you said it before.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say,
Absolutely.
Medicine
Kais,
roll it
get
up.
down there right now.
And then while you're down there, do you wish to maneuver back into the energy area, or do you wish to hold your position in the main area? Or rather, I guess you'd be kind of in this space here, right? You'd be in the in-between.
No, energy. Get in there.
You're backing into the energy space. Okay. So you Jimmy, Joe, you kind of like hold the shotgun one-handed and kind of like, and then grab a hold of Leon and just kind of drag him backwards. He's reaching out, grabbing his arm. Do you take it with you or do you leave it?
Leaving the arm.
Okay. You drag him into the space, and then
How far is it?
It's not that far. Close range.
Could I kick it on the way in?
Oh, no.
I just picture like
Just leave
Indiana Jones with the fedora, but instead of
the door closes.
I just picture like
and it's just a meaty. So make a medicine roll, Dr. Kais. You don't have a medicine bag. I don't think you would. You're a regular scientist, not a lame one. But yeah, if you want to try a medicine roll, you can try and kind of help him.
the other science officer has a fucking medical bag, you jerk.
Okay, so as you're like, oh god, I gotta help, you obviously are freaking out, because this is fucking crazy. Go ahead and roll me a panic roll. We're just adding 7.
9.
Okay, not too bad. So...
Can I yell at them more to make them panic more?
You're definitely...
Does it matter if he's my buddy? Like, Leon's my...
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't know
yeah. That does matter.
Well, I'm your rival. Also, it's such a good dynamic.
So, what I would say is because of that being the case, you rolled 2 panic dice. But what I'll let you know is the 9 that you got, I'll tell you what it does, and you can go with that or not. But it says drop an item. So whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyway, you drop a weapon or other important item. I decide which. And then your stress level will increase by 1. Now, you got a total of 3 successes. It does not stop the action that caused the panic roll from happening. So you could burn one of those successes on just kind of pushing through it and using different tools, or just like going about it with whatever you dropped during the kind of process of effectively tourniqueting his arm and kind of like cinching it off so it stops bleeding, right? And that's fine. You could do that. But because he's your buddy, I will allow you to, if you wish, you can, because, oh god, I forgot to make you take a -2 modification on this roll, because you're still panicking.
You want to just re-roll it?
Yeah, please do. Let's go with that. So -2 is the number you're going to result on here. So I think you're rolling with just stress. Holy shit. Okay. You know what? Sufficient. Folks at home, she rolled all stress dice. She rolled 1 success and a bunch of other numbers. Locked in, she does the job. Leon, you are still obviously grievously wounded. The penalties are not gone. You're still in that effect. But that is one successful medicine roll. You need one more to kind of get you to a point where you're not going to be dying outright. Okay. So that would be the end of the scene. As the door closes, I'm going to cut from you folks for a second.
Real quick, John, should I just leave my health at 0 at this point?
Yes, correct.
Otherwise, okay.
That is the key.
Might be able to do one other thing.
Okay.
Can I ask the Dr. Keist if they have a weapon?
Yeah.
Or is that
You
there's
can
too
ask.
much
That's
going
fine.
on at
No,
the
that's fine.
moment?
That's fine.
Do you have a weapon, Keist?
No.
And he'll throw down the Wayland ES-4 semi-automatic electrostat pistol.
Okay. Do you pick it up, guys?
Absolutely.
For some reason, it's not letting me. Why does this happen right in the middle of the end of the damn session? I don't get it. Roll 20.
What's going on?
It's saying I don't have access to my compendium to drag it onto her sheet, and I don't know if you folks do either. So look in your compendium to see if that's in there, Kimmy.
My compendium's working.
That
Mine's
weapon
not.
he mentioned?
Yeah.
Wayland ES-4 semi-automatic electrostatic pistol.
Yeah, I see it.
Drag and drop it onto your sheet. I'm the guy who pays for this. How are they able to?
I don't have it either, though. Right now, that's the first time we've been mixed.
Sorry, John, can't do it. Can't do it.
Can't do it, John. Sorry.
Okay. So
It's gone.
you drop the pistol, it kind of lands onto the metal ground with like a thud. There's kind of like a grating over kind of like a more kind of solid lead lining because you're inside of like an energy space, but it hits with a thud. Camera kind of like pans on it, and then she kind of reaches over, grabs the handle, looks at it, and kind of like takes it into her hand. Probably puts it onto like the utility belt on her Evo suit as she continues to fix Leon's arm and check after him. Okay, scene cuts. Dr. Lockhart, you finish your processing, get some help in. Everything seems to be on the level here. Obviously, no radio communications have come through from intercom systems from your team. Do you wish to make your way out again, or are you remaining here? Fuck them.
I have to go out because I need to save people. It's my duty as a doctor. But I would like to see if there are any firearms that we have on the ship that I can bring with us. And if not firearms, then other weapons.
Sure. So, let me get back in here. Because everything kind of fucked up a bit, and I had to re-log in and do other shit. And now music is playing 2 times. Not really music, it's kind of background noise. We are on board the Seterhina, and I have a list of what is on that motherfucker. Okay. Okay.
And if I can grab an extra fucking suit, I don't care if it's gonna weigh me down to get out there. An extra Evo suit would be a cool thing to carry with me too.
You exited out of this space with your Evo suit?
Mm-hmm.
So your Evo suit is out there. You can take Dr. Drabikowski's or Dr. Oh, Dr. Lark doesn't have one. She's an android.
She's an android.
Yeah.
So Drapikowski.
Okay. Yeah, you'll take hers and she'll give you a thumbs up on that.
She can stay here, yeah.
Yeah, she can live here.
Probably better than any of us are living on there, so.
For sure. Some of you are close to not living on there anymore.
Yeah.
What's funny about that
I'm
event,
crying.
though, the funniest part about that event is earlier today, I had mentioned, and again, I just was talking to Elizabeth, and I told her, yeah, last time we didn't get to play because Michael got conned into working because all of the other people are lame at his job, and it's super stressful for him. And so I'm going to give him the best role playing I can tonight, to make up for it and like really give it to him. And then I jokingly posted a picture of the scene where John Hurt explodes on the table, and everyone like freaks out. I'm like, maybe I do this to him. And obviously she got a laugh, and then
Close.
I literally set up the trap, and I'm like, okay, so what do you guys do? And you're like, I fucking go in there, and I'm like, ha ha, happy birthday. I'm like, so anyways, I'm having a good time. Is the point. What is the fucking armament list? I swear to God, we discussed this in the beginning. I just can't remember what handout it was. Bear with me here for a second. Sorry, folks.
Wait, what are you looking for?
There's a list of
I
shit.
am going to carry as many weapons with me as I can.
She's going full Ripley. She's going.
I'm gonna show up being your best friend,
Arnold.
John.
tape
Full
them,
Arnold.
tape them together. No, Ripley. Fuck Arnold.
Isn't it here in the notifications?
Is it?
Notifications tab?
Yeah.
Where it
I
says
think.
4 E5000 power loaders.
Thank you. You're the best.
Harpoon.
That's it.
Yep.
So, the things that were
That's why we
taken
keep me around.
from because she takes good notes and she remembers where notes go. So the things that were taken are no longer there, but I don't think anybody took any of the bolt guns. They do a lot of damage. The grappling guns were taken.
Harpoon.
Power loaders aren't going to fit. The harpoon grappling guns, yeah, they're gone. The pistols, I believe
Guns.
at least 3 of them are there.
Okay. So we've got
Yeah, bring the bolt.
Three
Bring the
bolt-
bolt guns.
3 bolt guns, 3 pistols.
Yeah, so the bolt guns I would say are pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to carry all of them, getting to where
I'm
you're
not.
good.
Okay.
Getting to where you're
I'm
going.
not looking to be like super mobile or functional. I'm looking to show up with a lot of stuff that
Sure.
we can use. That's
Well,
it.
So what I will say to you is the weight of them is sufficient enough that wherever you're going, it's going to cause you a point of stress because you're carrying a bunch of shit and you're maneuvering with it, right? Like
Okay.
it's like if you've ever moved into a house and you've had to move a couch, you understand why this stress is happening.
Yep.
I don't need to explain it beyond that.
We had to put in the notes what we took,
Yeah.
and it looks like for weapons, only one person took a harpoon grappling gun,
Yeah, I knew one of them was taken.
and one person took a pistol.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like any other weapon.
So you can
I'm sorry. 2 harpoon grappling guns were taken.
Yeah. So I know that for sure
Sorry.
the 5 pistols, that's fine. You can just put those into your belt, totally chill. And then the bolt guns, as I mentioned, they're kind of sizable. So if you're carrying all of them, wherever you're going, you're going to end up putting a stress on yourself.
I think I'll carry 2 of them.
Actually, they're not that bad. I don't know why I was thinking they were bigger than that. I thought they were like...
I think
But
that's
no.
why I didn't take one.
No.
They're
because
like-
I already had a freaking shotgun.
They're like handgun size. No, it's fine. You don't get a
Yeah.
stress
Yeah.
for this. You can throw them in a
They're like
bag.
Okay,
like
so
SMG
I've got.
size.
I'll bring all 3 bolt guns. I'm bringing 5 pistols, and why don't I grab an electrical toolkit
Okay.
just in case?
And-
Maintenance jack too.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yep. That's why I'm coming. I'm coming with things, guys.
Again, you throw it all in the bag and you rush out, and you are in an EVA suit when you go out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then, yeah, it is wherever you're going. Just based on the EVA suit, it's going to be a stress because you're trying to move there and carry everything, just like the climbing.
Yep.
With that said, where are you headed?
Trying to get to the central shaft at the very least.
Okay. And when you get there, because again, every scene's kind of happening simultaneously. So their scene ended when you finished that last one, and they're into the next scene. Well, everyone is except for the people up top, which we're going to end on, I think. But you're heading towards the chute. You get there, no problem. Are you going up to check in on the scientists, or are you going down to check in on the other people?
I'm gonna go down.
Okay. Sounds good. Then we're gonna go up as we explore what's happening up
On
with
Tuesday.
that situation. You have the guy you have the squiddy baby in the bag. Just as you kind of situate that, you are able to kind of get him up and kind of maneuver him to like standing and being conscious again. Once you have Dr. Webb back with you, he says, "You got one?"
Yeah, I got one.
Well, let's get to it. Let's hurry up.
Yeah.
And you start climbing up the decks again. When you get to deck D, bear with me here. Sorry. Return of the shenanigans. When you get to deck D, what you'll notice is that the door is open. The door to the VIP bay that kind of leads into like that main space, right? And it doesn't look like it's open normally. It almost looks like it was ripped off of its frame. Seeing that, do you wish to ascend quickly or investigate the situation?
Definitely ascend quickly.
Okay. So doing so, having to move that fast without resting, go ahead and gain yourself a stress. Dr. Webb will do likewise. And you make it to deck C. He kind of very quickly hurries into the med lab and then starts readying the synthesizer and then says, "Okay, kill it. Just kill it and put it on there."
I thought it said we needed a living one.
Oh, right. Okay, just put it on there.
Okay.
And when you do, I need to go to this situation here. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Is it under events? It is under events. Sorry, 1 second here. I just had it open. Why is this happening? Oh, because I had to refresh everything. I'm such a dunce. And there's that. Edit. That. And then... Okay, sorry. I'm just having problems with the handout. And it's making me sad. There we go. Okay. So, first off, the first turn, this is analyzing the situation and kind of coming to a determination based on what's being inputted here. They are trying to find a way to concentrate the pathogen and administer it into protohives to kill them. Go ahead and make an observation roll.
Do I need to add or subtract anything?
No ads or... go ahead and add 1 for the successful acquisition of the thing. So it's just a... Is that your roll right there?
Yeah.
Roll another d6. Okay, not another success. Okay, so let's look at the situation as it stands. So you know the following with these successes. And I'm just going to give you each of these pips for the first 3 successes. The living virus is fast-acting and deadly to protohives and any creature genetically bound to them. there are dead samples in petri dishes around the lab, and that's how you come to this assessment. Okay? You would note that Webb and Clark had not found a way to concentrate the pathogen and administer it into a protohive, but in this process you've determined that the best way to do it would be via an aerosol, and you're able to create an aerosol device on the fly here. Lastly, you need to get to a proto-xenomorph that you've got to generate the successful living viral cultures. An aerosol will not work against them. However, with the fact that you have attained a full live specimen, you are able to... No, you can also use aerosol against it, but it will not be as effective as an injection. So you can create, with that success, you have, I would say, based on, this one would have been given to you because you already got it from knowledge. You have 3 plus successes, 3 additional successes. With each success, you could create one device that will be able to utilize the substance, or you can create a reload for a device. The device will effectively function like a gun, so you're going to shoot it, or use a skill appropriate to administer it. And if you roll a panic roll, then you will also have to reload the weapon, which means that you'll run out if there is no reloads, if that's the case. So you have 3 total successes here. I'm going to give you 4 total successes. So you can create 4 devices, or you can create 1 device with 3 reloads, or whatever patterning of you want it to be. Or if you want to do something entirely different with your success, you can go for that.
So the one we created is one to kill the creatures, right?
It will kill proto-hives, which are like those sections of the space station that we've seen that are kind of like this weird, like, biological and mechanical combination. Or if used on one creature, it'll kill them. Yeah.
Okay. Could I? No, I'm gonna DM you this. Hold on.
Juicy.
Brent's the synthetic.
It was Agatha all along. I don't know. Waiting for the DM. I'm going to reply to you in DM. Or, if you want to make it interesting, we can move to the quiet chat for a second, and these people can chill. Is that okay, everybody?
I've never been chill in my life.
Yeah, that's
All right.
fine.
All right.
Yeah.
The only way in this current situation that you would be able to do that, and for those watching at home, hopefully nobody in the game, Brent sent me a DM asking if he could reverse the effect, the virus, to perfect it instead, to be utilized on someone to turn them into a xenomorph creature. Or rather, this kind of full Fremen. My question to Brent is, knowing the situation, understanding that there is someone there with you, your options are to turn him into one, because you'd have to do it and test it here, to infect him with this, or to do it to yourself.
I gotta see if it works.
You do have to see if it works. So it's either going to be on him or you. And again, you're pretty certain with that roll that you got, and I'm going to make you soak up 2 of your 4 successes to do this. You would have to do it on either him or you. If he does become it, he may lash out at you. So either way, you're pretty sure you're at risk if you go this path, regardless. Make sure you check your personal agenda, by the way, too. I don't know if you checked it for sure, but you're on the right path. But I just want to make sure there was a specific phrase in that agenda that's meaty, tasty, and delicious.
Yeah. I would definitely, because I have to figure out how to control it. So
yes. You're pretty
injecting it into him would give me more.
You're pretty sure with what's on the table here, what you're effectively doing is the thing that came out of the hydroponic station is what you would be creating. You would be turning someone into that.
Okay.
I want to stress that. So whether or not that's controllable is your determination, but what you know for sure is if someone else is that, they probably won't take too kindly to you having done that to them.
Yeah, if you either control it, then yeah, I would think I would rather do it to myself that way. If I can control being in that form, I can then
Okay. And then
do it that way.
I'm going to ask you, because again, you had 3 metrics of applying this virus to the proto-xenomorph for the hive. So same will be kind of administered to you, and your answer to this will determine like a visual cue that might be something they'd see as potentially problematic, but may not during the transformation process, which will be some time. So are you injecting it? Are you spraying it into your face, or like eating it?
I
Either way will
definitely
work.
Still injecting it.
And you wish to hide the injection site, so where are you going to place the injection on you?
Let's see. I'm always wearing my lab coat and my tracksuit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like in
the arm.
I have to mute myself. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. We're gonna move back, and that happens. You inject yourself with it, and then create 2 more. We'll discuss that in a minute. Here we go.
You literally said most.
Okay.
Nothing.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
That was fun.
We didn't hear anything.
So you're only going to be able to create 2 of the aerosol or injection sprayer, what have you. Do you want to create aerosols for like the proto hives, or do you want to create like injections for the xenomorphs or creatures?
I'd say the aerosols.
Okay. Do you create 2 aerosol cans? Great. And also something else happened, but we won't discuss that anymore until it matters again.
Sus.
All right. So we'll end then more so with Dr. Lockhart. You said you descended, correct?
Yep.
Okay. As you descend down, and the crew is down there, and they've skipped their beat. Couple of things. First off, inside of the energy, and my cat is printing, by the way. Inside of the energy facility, once you're back in the space, like I said, it's kind of easy peasy, touch and press, but it's going to be a ComTech roll, just like it was before, to get the energy to go to where it needs to go. You're changing the feed out. So, who wants to be responsible for that roll?
Can we have an advantage or something because we did it once already?
You're not there yet.
I know.
But I believe you were the one who did it. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
They would have no advantage for what you did.
Oh, it has to be one of us down here.
Yep.
I think it should. Yeah, I think it should be John.
Okay. John, do you want to roll for it? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I wish I could type at a computer, but
I have nothing stressing me out right now. I'm totally calm enough to do this. Not panicked one bit.
Look over at your bone arm.
Yeah, no,
Oh! I
I guess
guarantee you, if Magpie were in this
What am
game,
I doing?
that would have. Yeah, so you're gonna make a contact roll to try and move the energy to where it needs to go.
Oh wait, a Comtech roll? Never mind,
Yeah.
I'm a roll Comtech. I have 3.
Yeah, no, I should not do that.
Okay.
Roll contact. And
Okay.
if you roll stress, I'm going to explain to you why it's going to cause a panic, because there is something happening while you're doing it.
Add or subtract from contact, leave it blank.
No additions, no penalties. Leave it blank. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Nope.
Oh,
we got
Jesus.
some panics, but we got a success. Go ahead and roll a stress roll.
A 6.
Oh no.
And what are we adding to it?
7.
We're at
Oh,
13.
13.
Okay, I actually
Yeah.
know where this goes. This is actually insane. Oh damn, it's 13.
The whole station blows up.
God damn it, god damn it. Well, there's nowhere to go, so you cannot do the thing. However,
Pissed yourself.
because you are here, you are going to reduce your stress level by 1, Kimmy.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
but the cause of your panic and the reason why you kind of like start hiding away with the Comtech panel, like maneuvering over it, like scared as hell, is because you hear a slam outside the door, and then you see the bulkhead on the next slam press in, like something just hit it with a massive force and hammered into it. So panic roll from both of you two. Not K.
It's just D6, right?
D6, add your stress level. Yep. Okay. You managed to keep it together, Hoffman, and you said 14?
Yeah, 5 plus 9.
Okay. Do you still have your gun?
I didn't have it out, so I would think so. On my belt.
Okay. You draw the pistol, and in a panic, just start kind of shooting wildly. Again, you're paranoid. Everybody's against you. And Jimmy Joe's the one who pushed you into this space.
I swear to God.
Go ahead and make a ranged combat roll with your pistol at Jimmy Joe. You have a -2 penalty because you have, so put a -2 on the roll because you are armless.
If he hits him, does this give me like 1 less stress because he done shot my rival?
Yes. Okay.
Ooh.
Because this is a result of a stress roll, it does still call for another panic roll. So go ahead and roll it as well. 3 plus
9.
9
Well,
total.
God
Be
damn.
12 total.
1,
9
2,
plus
3,
3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I count 10.
Well, I'm at 9 stress though.
11, 12. No, you're right. You're right.
Oh,
So,
okay. I was
you-
saying, unless my streak's
You
wrong.
also scream out in agony, so you don't actually pull the trigger. You're holding the pistol and like yelling, just like ah. You're like don't seem like the trauma has gotten to you. Your arm's missing. You want to shoot him. You're resisting. You're just stressed out and you scream. So you lose your next slow action, which would be shooting, and your stress level is decreased by 1. But every friendly character who hears your scream must make a panic roll.
Oh God.
Wait, you ready for?
Wait. Kimmy's.
You ready for this to get interesting? Roll your dice.
Yeah.
We'll deal with those in a second. Dr. Lockhart, you need to make a roll as well as you hear the scream.
God damn. Yep, that's great. That's
Hey.
12.
Twinsies.
But the Comtech roll is a success, so power is rerouted. Charging for the batteries has begun. Okay, and then John, yep, so 7. You finally get a negative. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range, so that does not include Dr. Lockhart, increases by 1.
Overkill. Overkill. Overkill.
Leon and Keist, you go up by 1 again because of Hoffman, as he starts nervously twitching and staring at you as you point a gun at him. And then Dr. Keist, a 6 plus, what do you got?
I thought I'd said it went up 6, so it's 12.
Okay. You scream as well, which we're not going to force another panic roll for the same indicative. It's just multiple screamings. Your stress level will increase or decrease by 1. And then Dr. Lockhart, what are you
total.
at? 12 total. Screaming as well. And that will be that will get you guys. That will actually get you guys down there. But we're not going to make you
down
make
as well.
Yours will go down, but that will not reduce. I'm not going to make that make you make a panic roll. Instead, I'm just going to increase your stress level by 1. So the scream inside of the box, you guys are just going to add +1 to your stress because I got to end the session like now. So I don't want to force more panic rolls that seem to be
Everybody just screaming.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think it stops. at this late game, it doesn't stop. But what I will say,
Jimmy Joe's just pointing his gun at fucking
Leon.
in the midst of the screaming,
Leon,
there's a
back
second
door, back
slam,
Leon.
and then there's a sounding of thudding moving away from you. And as you scream, Lockhart, you're about to make and breach the space level to come into this lower space.
Mm-hmm.
And I already gave you your stress for the travel.
Yep.
But you look down and you see it at the base of the ladder looking up at you. And that's where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching, those that did, and we will see you in 1 week.
Lovely.
We probably killed somebody. Somebody's fucking dying.
Surprised they're not already.
We'll see. It's been pretty good. Alright, thanks for watching. See you then.